Hadn't spoken in weeks. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu speaking earlier today about humanitarian conditions in Gaza.
The phone call came as the Biden administration has warned against an Israeli operation in Rafah in southern Gaza without plans to protect more than 1 million Palestinians seeking shelter in the area. President Biden has also said more needs to be done by Israel to get critical food, medicine, and other relief into Gaza. Netanyahu says the two leaders talked about the war, the elimination of Hamas, and releasing hostages while also providing necessary humanitarian aid.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. There's no word on whether they discussed the recent rebuke from Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who called for new elections in Israel, which President Biden has not endorsed. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says Netanyahu agreed to send a team to Washington to discuss Rafah. He also says Hamas could end this crisis at any time.
And as I've said before, far too little of the energy and the pressure to end this conflict has been applied to Hamas. We will keep pointing that out.
Sullivan says work continues on a possible ceasefire and hostage release and that it's more elusive than the U.S. had hoped. Did the federal government go too far in an effort to combat what it calls misinformation? Missouri and Louisiana sued over government pressure on social media companies to remove certain posts, including about the origins of COVID, vaccines, and masks.
People are angry because they say this is about free speech, full stop. We know the justice has heard arguments for 90 minutes today. This is about alleged collusion between the White House, the Biden administration, and also these big tech companies.
Fox's David Spund at the Supreme Court. A federal appeals court panel ruled that the pressure on the media platforms was likely unconstitutional. America is listening to Fox News.
When a service member or first responder dies or is catastrophically injured in the line of duty, okay, who's there to help them or their families left behind? Who's helping our homeless vets and our nation to never forget 9/11? Well, that's the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. And right now they can only continue this great work with your generosity. We hope you'll join all of us here at Team Hannity. Go to their website, commit to $11 a month. It's the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org. The letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation.
Hear that? The sound of your antique fountain pen gliding across linen paper as you journal in the park. And if you were here, you'd be inspired by the warm breeze. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. And the wind in your face on the road is all the inspiration you need. So if you ride, get a quote and see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Now that's inspiring. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
It's a bloodbath. We're really killing it today with that Kimmer program with Pete the Murderer Davis, sidekick producer and sports slaughterer extraordinaire, and the mechanical marauder, we call him Flounder, at the controls on your bloodthirsty Monday.
On the day I was born,
I'll give you some bloodthirsty.
all gathered round,
Like hitting somebody in the face.
East and wide wonder, joy they had found.
Honest to God. And again, these people are saying those things not because they believe it. They know the truth. They're willing to lie to your face for political purposes. That's how much they don't care about you and they care about keeping their power. It's unbelievable. How you doing? 304 with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. It's a Monday, day after St. Patty's Day, and 2 days after Pete Davis's birthday. Whoa, hey, hi-oh, ho, hey. By the way, it says a little something, holding a little something here for the camera people from the mountains of Macon. You can see me a little something there for your birthday, a little thing with a thing there, but you're not here, of course, so that's the way it goes. But tomorrow shall be another day. I wonder if should I trust, Flounder, you tell me, should I put it in I have a little mailbox slot. Should I put this package in there when I leave tonight and hope it's there tomorrow, or should I just take it with me and bring it back again?
I would take it with you.
A mailbox what?
A little slot. Like it's like a square, what do you call it? A mailbox slot, or what the hell do you call those?
It would be a cubby hole.
A cubby hole. Small, yeah.
I thought you said something else.
I thought
Slot.
I did too.
Oh, okay.
305. Let's move on with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. We love your phone calls. Let it rip Monday like every day. Trillion things going on here. We got topics, issues. We'll talk about the Supreme Court, talk about censorship. And the Department of Justice and the FBI and the whole deal there. Also, Laken Riley's father, a comment from this morning, a little bit of update on border stuff. And the big story, of course, is the word bloodbath and Donald Trump and the reaction to it. I mean, this is just, here we go. It's just unbelievable. This is the same thing, what the left is doing to this, the same thing they did with there's good people on both sides. When they claimed Trump said there were good Nazis, which had nothing to do with what he said at all. I mean, everything they can take out of... And, of course, part of it's Trump's fault. I mean, he says this stuff, and it's enough for them to run with a kernel of something that means something else, and they get away with it, and they've done it again. Bloodbath. Oh, my God. Anyway, and of course, a huge story. We'll talk a lot about that. You'll hear Morning Joe, and you'll hear Nancy Botoxi, the black-hearted witch who's going to go to hell when she dies. Also, let's see what else we got here. President Stupidface apparently has been screaming at his staff more than normal because he's blaming somebody else for his despicable behavior. Also, we'll kind of change. By the way, there are basically two major stories today. The Supreme Court talking about whether the government can combat disinformation in their definition by censoring what you say on social media. And again, all this is brand new. Well, the internet was not, the last libel and slander case for the New York Times case or Wally Butts and all those things, if I remember correctly, like the New York Times and everything else was, 60, 70, 80 years ago in the 60s. And so they're really, this is all new. The internet, who owns the internet? I mean, if it's out there in the air and you can just capture it, anyway, so, it's an issue they're going to deal with, so that's pretty cool. But in the meantime, the main big stories are the Supreme Court disinformation issue and also the bloodbath thing and politics, stuff like that. But we also have kind of a sweet story about the passing of Gene Wilder, which I think is kind of sweet and cute, and it brings up a couple things to think about, especially when you get to be my age. Oh, sorry. I thought about that. I don't know why I thought about that again today. I thought to myself, every weekend, it never fails. And I said, boy, I'm gonna get rid of all this junk. I'm gonna, my poor kids. If I drop tomorrow, they would have a nightmare going through it's just clutter. I probably have, 150 T-shirts. It's just stuff,
Why don't you do it?
Well, because I just can't. I've got stuff to do. I go to the stable, then I come back and I try to hit. I'll tell you my schedule. It's just it's impossible. It's a thing. Plus, it's my stuff. If I throw away all my stuff, I got nothing. It's over. I'm dead.
Like you said, though, it's just stuff.
I know, but it's still that's me. That's all I got. It's not like I'm waking up with my love of my life saying, boy, I'm sure glad I'm with you, honey, for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? I got stuff to look at. That's it.
So every weekend you come down to the stairs and say, man, am I glad I got you stuff.
That's right. I kiss my stuff. I fondle my... I caress Jack the Good Boy's saddle. I've got his bridle. I've got his... come on.
Let's start the week off right with the winning slogan, all right. Winner Kemmer. Winner Kemmer. Not sad, depressed, fondling and stuff like Scrooge McDuck.
I'm laughing my way through the entire show so far, and it's only 3:08. I haven't stopped laughing yet. So, you can talk about things, that, but as long as you do it with happiness in your heart, everybody's going to be fine. Also, we'll tell you how and you're going to hear this too. Flounder got some soundbite to tell when someone is lying. And you can do it in several different ways. And we probably all, if you've ever been, married to her, in love with, and you caught her or him in a lie, a lot of people can get away with regular basic stuff. But most of us probably are not very good liars. I'm guessing most of us really can't get away with it. I don't know that. I don't know. I think I'm a terrible liar. In fact, I know I'm a terrible liar. So I just take the punishment. Yeah, I said it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm an idiot. What can I do? Also, I love the bobblehead of George Costanza. What a great idea. Maybe we'll talk about that. Also, Pete Davis. I want to do we got Holy Crap at Sports coming up at 5:15ish, something like that. And I want for two things. I know you want to talk about that Korean chick in the little tidy whitey shorts on the mound of the Dodgers with her. Yeah. Oh my God! Now, by the way, I tried to get the video, but I never actually saw her throw the pitch. I saw her look like she was warming up, but I never saw her throw the ball.
Oh, there's video.
I'll try to look for it again. I didn't see it. I saw her winding up, but it was like she was practicing. I never actually saw the ball leave her hand, the ball in her hand leave the hand. Anyway, apparently the whole team was pretty mesmerized by this Korean actress chick.
Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, I saw Freddie there going, whoa. So we'll talk about it. But the other thing about sports, I don't want to blow the sports thing, but I just have a comment. I tuned in for a few minutes between stuff I was doing Saturday or Sunday, I don't even remember now, to the NASCAR race. And in fact, I made a note. Oh, crap. No, I can't find that crap. I hate this. Hold on. NASCAR. Kyle Busch spun out, and the whole time I was watching, I probably watched like 7-8 minutes in one section in a row. The entire time, the announcers were talking about the problem with the tires. There was little nuggets of tire rubber all over the track. They were saying, "Oh man, the pressure with these right rear tires. You can see, Bill. They're edging in the sun. It was on now. They got to think of the right rear tires." Sure enough, as they're talking about the pressure with the right rear tires and the tires these days on the tracks, son of a gun, Kyle Busch spun out because of his right rear tire. I mean, it's like they called it. So what's going on with NASCAR's right rear tires? The whole thing was about right rear tires and the danger of right rear tires spinning out. You can't control it. Oh, you can't drive it. Oh, you just have to pull over. You can't even drive it. I'm going, I've never heard of this. Now again, I haven't watched a NASCAR race in a very long time. But is that the thing? They have new tire standards that don't work or something? What the hell? I don't know. I don't get it.
I figured you would be in the loop on this with all your tire issues.
Well, I got great issues with my $730 a piece tires. Yes, I do. But I don't. Anyway, I don't know. I don't. If you know the answer to that, and if it's a thing, I don't know. It's not a major news issue. I just thought it was kind of strange because they were calling it, and I saw little nuggets of rubber all over the track, and I don't know whether it was the surface of the track that was an issue or the new. I don't know. I have no idea. I just thought it was kind of unusual. All right, God, 312. I can't believe it. 404-741-1230. Okay. Also a Doonesbury cartoon, which goes to prove that now the leader of the leftist commies believe that there is life in the womb.
He double-crossed himself. Another cartoon, are you?
I am going to read another cartoon. Much like, Fiorello LaGuardia did a very nice job of it when they had the newspaper strike, and he would read the Sunday comics.
When was that?
Well, it was 1907 or 1921.
100 years ago.
Okay, fine. So I might have been mistaken of trends.
People now have the internet and television.
By the way, I couldn't believe this driving in today. Marietta Highway. Marietta Highway is a main road from Alpharetta on Atlanta Street, and then you go. No, middle of the high. This is like 11:30 this morning. Middle of Marietta Highway at 11:30 in the morning. In the middle of it, half a dead deer carcass. How do you explain that a dead deer carcass is still in the middle of Marietta Highway at 11:30 in the morning?
It's not just.
Nobody called. Nobody noticed. Everybody's swerving around this dead deer in the middle. 11:30 in the morning. In other words, he must have been hit. He must have been hit not long before that. He wouldn't have been there from last night. I wouldn't think. I couldn't believe it. And I'm thinking, of course, I didn't call either. But still, it's a freaking carcass right in the middle of Marietta Highway. Speed limit 45. Well, because I was driving.
Citizen Peterson.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I thought it wouldn't be fair. Why I have to do everything? I want to give the other little people an opportunity to serve their community, to care safe streets. Why do I have to be the safe street guy? 314. Kira Pete, shut up. Sorry, that one came out wrong. Kira Pete and Flounder, I don't know, 314, I got.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Pete, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
White History Month, we have Women's Week, Women's Month, Black History Month. Can we please have a month in the media where we don't see the word trans?
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
True Prep on Cobb Parkway is your one-stop shop for emergency preparedness supplies, including freeze-dried food, water filtration, first aid, and more. They also have a large selection of firearms, including a huge selection of AR-15s, firearm accessories, and ammo at the lowest prices around. They are locally owned and operated. You can visit their store in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's TRU prep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
Is the tax deadline causing you anxiety? Searching for elusive 1099s and trying to uncover any exemptions? If so, you're not alone. Every year, Georgians find themselves looking backwards to file with the IRS, reporting tax history. But what if you were to flip the script? Not just report your taxes, but actually planning for them. We're Master Plan Retirement Consultants. We're local, with offices in Marietta. We work with folks just like you to create a personalized, tax-efficient strategy designed to last a lifetime, a crucial piece to the holistic retirement plan. Do you have a retirement roadmap? You should. It's never too late. Visit masterplanretire.com. Don't wait any longer. Visit masterplanretire.com.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Hey Atlanta, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. Pro landscapers all over the South have long known about Howard Brothers. They sell the brands the pros want. Brands like Exmark Turf Equipment. If you're a commercial landscaper in Atlanta and North Georgia and you're not using an Exmark or Exmark equipment, you have to visit Howard Brothers and see what you're missing. But if you're a homeowner who has a big yard and is ready to go where the pros get their equipment, you need to go to Howard Brothers too and check out Exmark. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and Howard Brothers.
Hey Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. And now, the security riddle of the day. What's less secure than a fake safe from a furniture or big box store? Joe Biden's fake border policy, of course. But hey, there is good news. This time next year, Joe Biden will not be president. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast. Build a wall around your valuables with a safe from the Safe House. We have certified delivery crews to install your safe. With over 30 years in the safe business, the Safe House is the place to buy safe in Georgia. So go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Underdog Fantasy. The NBA season is still here, and there's no easier way to get in on all the action than with Underdog Fantasy and their Pick'em game. It's a fantasy game, but you can win real money. It's easy. Pick 2 to 5 players from at least 2 different teams. Select higher or lower on the player stats, and if your pick hits, you can win up to 100 times your money. It's legal in Georgia, and it's a ton of fun to play as you can watch the Atlanta Hawks. Stop playing against the pros night in and night out with their hundreds of different lineups. It's just you against the stat. It's that easy. Underdog Fantasy is even easier to get started. Go to their easy-to-use mobile app or to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up and use the promo code LOS, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, they'll give you a mystery special pick to use on your first Pick'em entry. That's Underdog Fantasy. Promo code LOS, L-O-S, to get your first deposit of 10 or more matched, plus your special pick. Must be 18 and present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Oh, here we go. Pulp Fiction, baby. Let's do the twist. John Travolta and Gwyneth, not Gwyneth, what's her name?
Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman, yeah. She didn't do much for me. She never did much for me for some reason.
What?
I never thought she was particularly sexy.
Oh, Dangerous Liaisons, man.
Oh, I saw that. I mean, okay. I mean, obviously, she's a come hither female. Clearly, she's attractive, but she's not. If you had like 10 different girls up there on the stage and they all wanted to be with the Kimmer, she would not be my number one choice. So I was just saying.
Would you be hers?
Oh, God, no. I'm nobody's nobody. I can't even think that way anymore. I came to the conclusion. In fact, I might have been St. Patty's Day, but I came to the conclusion. I got nothing. I mean, I'm not even a man. I miss being a man. I miss the days when I was a man. I'm not even a man anymore. It's unbelievable.
You're not a man.
I'm not like a man. Anyway, by the way, we have actual newsy stuff, and you're going to hear a lot of sound bites. And I just blew the whole musical thing. Flounder went to the trouble of getting it with Chuck Berry playing his music. It was on this day in 2017 when Chuck Berry died. He was 90. One of the pioneers, rock and roll, no question about it. Maybelline, 1955. Roll Over Beethoven, 56. Rock and roll music, 57. Johnny B. Good, 58. Rhythm and blues, major elements made rock and roll distinctive. With his funeral in 2017, his cherry red Gibson ES 335 guitar bolted to the inside lid of the coffin, with flower arrangements included, one sent by the Rolling Stones in the shape of a guitar. Chuck Berry died this day, 2017, age 90. And let's see, birthday list today with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder includes Vanessa Williams, 61. Now, there are two different ones, right? There's the singer and then there's the naked. Are they the same girl? Is Vanessa Williams, yes. Miss America, is the same girl, right?
Yes.
Because they sometimes say Vanessa L. Williams and sometimes Vanessa Williams.
Oh, maybe there's two.
Now, I think there's a different girl. But my birthday girl here is Vanessa Williams, 61. Biggest hits, 1992, Save the Best for Last, Rick Fox. They were married from 1999 to 2004, and they have a daughter, Vanessa Williams.
She has to be the most beautiful girl in the world. If her mother's Vanessa Williams and her daddy is Rick Fox, the former Laker guy actor.
Yeah.
Because both of those people were beautiful.
Yeah, I can imagine. If that's the beauty queen who was in the, was it Penthouse, where she was...
Penthouse with green eyes, man.
Green eyes, yeah. Well, if you're black and you have green eyes, you could be mayor. Some of the most famous black people leaders have green eyes. Maynard Jackson, the police chief, what's his name? I'm thinking
Eldrin Bell.
Big
Trouble Little China.
It's unbelievable.
What?
You don't remember Big Trouble in Little China? The two girls they were kidnapped because they had green eyes.
There you are.
Kurt.
Well, there you are. See. And on this day in history, in other remembrances, 1850, Henry Wells and William Fargo founded a shipping company called American Express in 1850. 1852, exactly to the day, they organized a coast-to-coast express business and bank and named it after themselves, the Henry William Company. No, Wells Fargo, of course. William and Henry's Coast-to-Coast Express Business and Bank. That's what they may not have called it. Let's see. Our 3 o'clock hour brought to you by First Liberty Building and Loan. If you need financing to grow your business, come on, man. Visit FirstLibertyGA.com. You'll love yourself for it. 323. Billion thing. I got to tell you about the Neil Bortz business here. Also, we have Flounders Funnies. There's a Sweet. Are you in the Sweet 16? We're in Sweet 16 now, right? In fact, isn't that one of the big sports? Is that a big issue today? Is the guys left off of the Sweet 16? In sports,
March Madness.
March Madness.
Not called Sweet 16.
It goes down to the Sweet 16, but it's referred to as March Madness.
Yeah, that's when I start watching. I mean, there's 60 teams. How many? Is it like 60 or 80 or I don't know.
Well, this weekend's also one of the funnest because you get some of the big upsets.
Yeah, that's true. And again, I mean, I was fun to look at those, but I really don't care much about NCAA basketball until the Sweet 16. But anyway, we'll talk more about that stuff. But there's a bet sheet going around, or will be in the company, so we'll buy a square. What is it, like $5 a square? Or what are you doing?
Ixnay on the company.
Well, you can't do that now? What, is that illegal?
I don't know.
Well, screw them. We're going to do it, and they can just kiss my foot. How about that? Hey, FCC, how about taking it in the neck? Leave me the hell alone. We got a little show going here in Atlanta. We're trying to do a thing, and we're going to have a couple of freaking betting things on a little square for our freaking company. I mean, if somebody complained about that, I swear to God, we'll revolt.
What did the boss tell you the first day we came in there?
Don't lose a license, I know.
Yes. Don't lose the license.
It's not a bet. It's a bracket. So it's a bracket that's going around.
Yeah, I'll give you a bracket. Well, I'm in. Well, then we're not doing a betting bookie thing. We're doing a bracket.
Okay, that means, Kimber, you said you're doing it. That means you have to print it out, fill it out, fax it back.
Well, you're not going to
it.
like that result. Let me hand draw you one right now. I can do that in 30 seconds. Name the first 8 basketball teams I can think of. Anyway. Oh, God. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm closing on 325. Holy crap. Oh, now Flounder sent me a message. I wonder what that is. Hey, what is it here?
Well, no, it's one of the YouTube mafias. Her name's Gwendolyn, I believe, and she sent a nice text about where to donate things and how it might be helpful.
Well, they're so sweet. Well, I'm going to hold on. I'm going to make that Gwendolyn because I'm going to do that in a second. But I got to do a couple things. I never got to the St. Patty's Day stuff. Pete Davis, the Mountains of Macon. Your St. Patty's Day weekend? Any special things or what's going on?
Yeah, I met a friend, and we went down to a pub in the local town, Berg, up here, and then we drove around and looked at her log cabin, which is beautiful. They got a lot of great log cabins up here on creeks and stuff. Just gorgeous. So it was just a nice day.
When we first moved here, my starter wife, the one who did love me, came here in 1972, and we were here for a couple of years, and we actually looked at property. Was it Lake Arrowhead? Lake Arrowhead, I'm thinking. Is that back in early Flounder? Would you? Oh, you weren't even born. And there was we lived in Alpharetta back when there was nothing in Alpharetta. I mean, there was nothing there. No, I beg your pardon. We lived in. Oh my God, we lived just across the river. It must have been Roswell. We almost bought property up in Lake Arrowhead where they were selling cabins and lots for like $20,000 or something, I think. Anyway. By the way, now, Pete, I will get to Flounder here in a second. Pete Davis, we have a note here from Girl Shannon, one of our Kimmer listeners, poetess Shannon, who says, the crap that Pete gave you on Friday caused me to get outside my comfort zone a bit, and I went to a play. Maybe you were telling me about get out of the house and don't be such a stupid jerk. Well, I'm not ready to stop being a stupid jerk yet. Thank you. She says, the Friday caused me to get outside my comfort zone a bit, and I went to a place in East Ellijay for a St. Patty's dinner of corned beef and cabbage, the Bugbear Bar and Grill. I sat at the bar to eavesdrop on some conversation, struck up a conversation with a couple who ended up being the owners. We spent a couple hours talking, laughing, had a great time. Thank you, Pete. And I said,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because when I drive south, I have to go through Ellijay, East Ellijay.
Yeah.
And it seems to me, when I'm coming south, that the sign pointing to East Ellijay is to my right.
The wrong way, yeah. We have to curl around.
So East Ellijay is west
Pretty
of
much
Ellijay?
West. Yeah, it's west, and then you curl a circle. Well, they never got to change the sign. It was kind of a...
Move the town. Cut the sign.
Could be another $150 to get that sign get in the right place.
Hey, guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what's back this morning? When I looked outside, guess what's back?
Your doggy. Oh, the wood truck. The groundhog. There you go. Well, good. I wonder where he went for the winter.
He's probably hiding underneath the ground. He's a groundhog, hence the name there. But he looked fat. I don't know what he's been eating all winter, but he ain't lost any weight.
Well, I still have my Winchester 94 30-30. I can come up here and take care of him.
You're not shooting my ground.
I'm just 328. I can't believe it. We got the court case. I don't feel like talking about it right now. I think it's going to take too long. We got a couple. Oh, let me do the board thing real quickly. This morning we're going to talk a lot about the bloodbath. I'm kind of blowing the whole day here. So, in fact, I'm blowing everything. With Flounder, how was your St. Patty's Day weekend? Are you with Miss Veronica?
It was pretty busy, actually. We Saturday we went for breakfast. We went to this delicious place you should check out. It's called Morning Bird.
Morning Bird?
Morning Bird. It's in Alpharetta.
Really?
Right? It's right down the street where Houck's used to be.
Oh, no kidding. I know. Yeah, not far from there.
And then what did I do after that? We went and saw her niece's softball game. And then my niece, Hannah, had a birthday at a roller skating rink.
Are you a roller skater?
Yeah, I put the skates on. I went out there and did it for a little bit. It was a lot of fun. And then we met some of her friends at dinner in Buckhead at this Italian spot called Amalfi. There's one in Roswell, too. It was delicious.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, what did we do? We went back to that same place, Morning Bird, and ate again because it was so delicious. They have these homemade cinnamon rolls. Holy cow. It's just really good. And then went to the Roswell Mill for a hike with her dog.
Wilson?
Winston. Winston. And then went for a few beers in downtown Roswell.
My kid's dog is Wilson. Sorry.
Winston, I believe.
Her dog is Winston. My kid's dog is Wilson.
So it was a busy weekend for us.
Excellent. Outstanding. Well, no, I went. Thanks for asking.
It was your weekend, Kimmer.
No, I really.
We know what you did. You Scrooge McDuck down with all your stuff in the garage.
Well, okay. I thought about trying to move around and put stuff in boxes, and I damn near came close to actually doing it. But as it turned, in fact, Flounder, I can't believe this. I actually hit balls for the first time in months.
We passed by there, and it looked crowded because it was such a beautiful weekend. Well, so we need to get McLefty on the horn, and let's get around this month with you and Veronica.
It was Saturday afternoon, about 3 o'clock. I'd gone to the stable, and then my day, I just, I was working on the show. It's 3 o'clock. I said, screw this. I went to the range, and it wasn't bad. It was not terribly crowded. I'm telling you, I hit the ball better than I have in my life. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Is this short game you were working on? Or was this the driver?
The driver, all of them. Wedges, 9-8. I go right to the clubs, 9-8, 7-5, the 3-wood.
Is there a little more distance behind it? I mean,
they're just hitting the crap out of it. I mean, it's just I couldn't believe it. So I don't understand any of it. That's all right. God, let's see. Oh, God, 3:30. Okay, when I come back, we got to talk about the bloodbath thing and the Neil Borch situation. He was misinformed, and so were you. Coming up next, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 3:30 at 106.3 with the Monday show. Standing by. Look out, here we go. Hey, it's the Kimmer. Look out. The Kimmer Show is live every afternoon from 3 to 6, just like the Kimmer.
Democrats care more about mislabeling the murderer than they do about the murder itself.
More concerned about misidentifying an illegal invader, which they now call a newcomer. I call them the not yet Dems.
The Kimmer Show, every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Buying a new car is about way more than just a car. You want to love it and everything that comes with it. And at Subaru of Gwinnett, we get that. You want to love the website. Easy to browse, easy to shop, and an unrivaled selection so you can find the model that suits you. Like the 2024 Subaru Outback, Crosstrek, or Ascent. All offering impressive gas mileage, standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, and the tools to explore the things you love. You want to love the people. And know that every time you stop by the dealership on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, they'll be there for you, ready to help in any way possible. And you want to love the service. We'll check that box for you also, because during the spring sales event, there's a lot to love. So stop in during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, and you'll find just that, a lot to love. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com and find the ride that best suits you, because love is what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, and online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
When you think of the great outdoors, do you ever think about your own backyard? Hi, this is Candace from Exovations, and have I got a tip for you. We turn backyards into great outdoor living areas. Imagine your home with a new, beautiful, and durable composite deck. Maybe with a relaxing screen porch, or maybe your family would enjoy a stone patio with a pergola to stargaze, or a covered open air porch with a stunning tongue and groove ceiling. Add an outdoor fireplace, kitchen, or bar area for even more function and beauty. We can design and install your greatest outdoor adventure. And with Exovations, you'll get your project delivered on time, on budget, and without all that stress you usually hear about in construction. Let's make your outdoors great again. Schedule your free quote today at exovations.com. That's EXOVATIONS.com.
Well, Michael, I want to thank you for your time, but unfortunately, we can't offer you the position.
Why?
Well, we got the results of your background check, and quite frankly, we were concerned.
About what?
Apparently, you were arrested for throwing a shopping cart at a customer?
In my defense, he had it coming.
At Horizon Background Screening, we find things that other companies don't. That's why companies that use us make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com.
At the Piedmont Bank, we're proud to be one of Georgia's largest community banks, focusing on serving businesses and the communities they serve. With headquarters right here in Metro Atlanta, our tailored banking expertise and solutions help meet the diverse needs of our customers so they have what it takes to grow, expand, and thrive. It's what elevates us above the rest. Find a location near you at Piedmont.bank and experience elevated banking for you and your business. The Piedmont Bank. Banking elevated. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Sequoia National Golf Club is located 45 minutes west of Asheville, North Carolina, and nestled among the Oak, Fir, and Flowered Valleys in the heart of the Great Smoky Mountains. Owned by the Eastern Band of the Cherokee, this Robert Trent Jones II design offers an idyllic 18-hole journey filled with panoramic vistas on every hole, beautiful landscapes, and a fun mountain golf experience. Enjoy a relaxed lunch or afternoon beverage on the outdoor deck with 180-degree views of the Great Smoky Mountains. The surrounding community also provides golfers a welcoming environment that is rich with Native American culture and exciting year-round attractions. Sequoia National Golf Club is just 4 miles from Harrah's Cherokee Casino Resort and just a short drive from Atlanta. Experience a fun afternoon of golf with your friends or stick around for an epic stay-and-play weekend. Experience mountain golf at its finest and then go hit the casino floor. Book your tee time at sequoianational.com. That's sequoianational.com. Experience the majesty and beauty of Sequoia National, mountain golf at its finest.
Look out. Ramones was on this day, 2002. Ramones inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by Eddie Vedder, lead singer of Pearl Jam and close friend of the Ramones. The ceremony took place at the Waldorf Astoria in New York City, the home of the place where the Kimmer went to the Hope Cotillion guy. Oh, sorry, I won't tell my story. My blind date hated me from the minute I walked in there. 336, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. Birthday list includes Jeffrey Owens. You may not know the name. I'll bet you know the story, though, because of social media. Again, social media. We'll talk about that a lot here in a minute. Jeffrey Owens, 63 years old. He played Elvin on The Cosby Show. Now, that was many years ago. After many years later, there was a photo of Jeffrey Owens working at Trader Joe's, just doing menial labor at Trader Joe's, former TV kid. Well, the video and the photo of him working at Trader Joe's went viral. He was shamed for it. And so, oh my God, that's all you can do is da-da-da-da-da. He got job shamed. Tyler Perry offered him a job, and he landed a guest spot on NCIS New Orleans. Because he was shamed on social media on your iPhone by people who have no business to even reacting to anything they've never heard of before. The freaking cell phone, man. I'm just whoosh. Yesterday's cigarettes. And on this day in history, 93 years ago, 1931, genius Colonel Jacob Schick began selling the first electric razor. He called it the Amazing Remington. No, he didn't. He called it the Schick. I'm sorry. He made the Amazing Joseph shaver. Did you ever have electric shaver, Pete? Did you ever use one back when they were popular as a kid?
Yeah, I did, because you do what your dad did. My dad had an electric shaver, so I used it for a while, and I didn't like it.
No. Flounder, you probably never even seen an electric razor, have you?
Yes, I have.
Have you?
Yes.
Have you ever used one?
No.
A Remington or a Schick or whatever the other was. And I don't mean the little bit, little.
No, the ones that had the three.
I mean the big heads.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
The Norelco, the floating heads.
It was funny when I was a kid. I would when my dad would shave. Sometimes I'd want to shave too, and so he'd get a razor without the razor and give it to me.
Same here.
And there were a couple times where he'd look over, like, where the hell did you get that? Because the razor was still on there.
Oh,
and I'd
no.
be shaving.
Yeah, we'd shave up with a shaving cream. My father actually had one of those dishes and the brush, and he would whip up his shaving cream.
My
like at the barbershop?
Yeah. Like a barbershop. Oh, man. And I've used and I didn't really like them either. I mean, they worked, but I just, anyway. Oh, God, how time. I'm just, life, man. Let's see. 404-741-1230, 1230. Pete Davis, we have tweets and games, and I've got a story on autocorrect and a whole bunch of social media stuff. Oh, and first, we're going to talk about, I'll get to the Supreme Court thing and that stuff later. We're going to talk about this business with the bloodbath here as we murder this show here on Kimmer Program with the Pete and Flounder. Neil Bortz this morning on his commentary. Called in, he did his commentary, actually recorded it. He's retired. He's all over the country, and every day he does a commentary that's played in the morning and all day long. On Tuesdays, he calls in live on the morning show, and on Thursdays, he calls in live on our show at 4 o'clock. Okay, so this morning, they played his recorded morning commentary, which he recorded early this morning. In the commentary, Neil Bortz was talking about Donald Trump's speech, where he talked about bloodbath. If the Congress doesn't take control of the automotive industry, there's going to be a bloodbath in America. And, of course, the liberals are all saying it's a bloodbath. Donald Trump threatened to kill everybody, all of his opponents and so forth. And Neil Bortz did a commentary basically agreeing with the liberals, saying, oh, my God, Donald Trump's gone too far. How could you vote for this guy because he's calling for a bloodbath for Americans? Well, shortly after that, Neil Bortz texted or emailed or sent a message to somebody, and it obviously didn't get through, to say, don't play that. I was misinformed. Totally, completely misinformed. And so my commentary is based on something which is simply not true. So he was wrong about it. And then obviously he's going to feel bad that it was played on the radio at least once. And we dumped it after that. But I don't think anybody addressed it. So I want to make sure you know, if you heard Neil Bortz this morning, if you listen to Morning Show, and of course everybody does, if you heard Neil Bortz's commentary, pretend you never did. It was wrong. He says it was wrong. He didn't mean to say it because he thought he was given a bunch of false information. He goes, he's living in a freaking home on wheels, driving around the country. He's retired. And so he hears stuff and he does a commentary and then goes about his business and then realizes, oh my God, that was wrong. So he had to take it back. So that was what happened. And I'm sure they'll talk about it tomorrow morning with him live at 7:25. But again, just for the record, if you heard it this morning, forget it. It was wrong and he didn't do the right thing. Yes.
We got some kind of breaking news from the Supreme Court. They're arguing about the internet and everything. Can the government basically censor the internet and stuff like that?
Right.
Well, that idiot, Ketanji Brown Jackson, who doesn't know what a woman is.
Supreme Court Justice Bippity Boppity Boo. Yeah.
What a shock here. She's arguing for the government to be able to do it. In fact, this is her quote. She said to the lawyer, "My biggest concern is that your view has the First Amendment hamstringing the government in significant ways."
Hamstringing the government? That's supposed to be hamstringing the government.
That's
the point.
Glenn Greenwald said, that is quite literally the entire point of the First Amendment.
That's right. I didn't mean to jump. I mean, even I know that. I mean, I'm an idiot and I know that. I mean, my God. Damn it, you're going to take away the power from the government to censor you. Well, I hadn't thought about it that way, I guess. I mean, my God.
They love their government. What's the matter
with you, Supreme Court Justice Bippity Boppity Boo? Oh, I'm no biologist.
I don't know what a woman is.
God. Oh, Lord. Oh, quick update. That girl Shannon, who's our poetess, I guess you pronounce it. She wrote in, she just corresponded with, she said, I'm such an idiot. She was talking about the restaurant that you suggested that and of course I didn't do it, that people go out and kind of just to people watch and have fun and stuff like that. So she did. And she said, I'm such an idiot. The restaurant was the Big Bear Bar and Grill. I typed bug. Or maybe I just misread it. I said Bugbear Bar and Grill, but it's Big Bear, just for the record. So if you're up there in, was it Jasper or someplace? Anyway.
L&J
and then she said, P.S. Don't use my name. Sorry. Anyway, at 3:40 through with again repeating Flounder. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Donald Trump, he started off. Here's what Donald Trump said, which everybody's going freaking nuts here. 3:43 with again repeating Flounder and your former president. Whoops, today. See, I Flounder in there? There we go.
Here we go.
Right here. He's speaking and talking and getting ready to get to the microphone.
5, 4.
Mexico has taken over a period of 30 years, 34% of the automobile manufacturing business in our country. Think of it. Went to Mexico. China now is building a couple of massive plants where they're going to build the cars in Mexico and they think that they're going to sell those cars into the United States with no tax at the border. Let me tell you something to China. If you're listening, President Xi, and you and I are friends, but he understands the way I deal, those big monster car manufacturing plants that you're building in Mexico right now, and you think you're going to get that, you're going to not hire Americans, and you're going to sell the cars to us now, we're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars.
All right,
if I get elected.
Here we go.
Now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it.
Well, there you are. Now, he was talking the entire time about the automobile industry and Mexico taking over the percent, all this stuff. Okay. Well, MSNBC homewrecker Joe Scarborough deleted his bloodbath tweet after getting called out by Elon Musk. But first, here's what MSNBC Morning Joe said about Donald Trump on this morning's program.
He's talking about a bloodbath for America. It's laid out in the terms of it. And these idiots on Twitter, these idiots on cable news, these idiots on Sunday shows going, well, presidents, he was talking only about the auto industry, and this is one more. It's just bullshit. Let me say that at 6:15 a.m. It's just bullshit.
Whoa.
He knew what he was doing. We're not stupid. Americans aren't stupid. He was talking about a bloodbath. Sometimes a bloodbath means a bloodbath. And when he finishes by saying, and that's just going to be the least of it, seriously, these people may be stupid. We're not.
Yeah, he and his wife both homewreckers. And again, he took down his tweet eventually after Elon Musk called him out for it, among other people. And by the way, for the record, a bloodbath in the context of an economic disaster refers to a severe and widespread downturn characterized by significant losses across financial markets, industries, and employment sectors. Sharp decline in asset values and plummeting stock prices. I mean, my God, man. But all the headline, Trump says country faces bloodbath if Biden wins in November. There'll be a bloodbath, NBC. CBS Ohio campaign, it'll be a bloodbath if he loses. Oh, my God. Trump be a bloodbath. Rolling Stone, NPR, I mean, pick one, anyone, everyone. Elon Musk said, now, you people at NBC, that's nothing but deceptive. The headline is deceptive as he was referring to the auto industry. Shame on NBC. As well, NBC pushing the bloodbath hoax. Unreal. These news agencies need a complete overhaul. And Wokeness Company shared a screenshot of several of these headlines and wrote, we're witnessing the invention of the bloodbath hoax in real time. This is, again, another Russian collusion thing. This is, hookers peeing on him at the Ritz-Carlton in Moscow.
Dick Cheney has weighed in.
Oh, what's Dick's weighed in as he? The late Dick Cheney?
According to the Babylon Bee, Dick Cheney said, never has America faced a greater threat than Donald Trump, says guy who started 2 wars and shot a dude in the face.
In fact, they also said after Donald Trump declared his freshly made guacamole the bomb, media outlets across the country said Trump threatened to drop a nuke if he were to lose the election. A civil war, said Joe Scarborough. You heard the words bomb from his very own lips. Is there nothing this madman won't do? Oh, the horror. It's a bloodbath, and we're killing it. 347 with a Kipper Pete and Flounder.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Stop dreaming. Start driving. Get the gift that keeps on giving with the RBM of Atlanta's certified pre-owned sales event. Each of our certified pre-owned vehicles undergoes an exhaustive process of analysis, inspection, and reconditioning until it meets the uncompromising standards of RBM of Atlanta and Mercedes-Benz. For a limited time, get special financing from as low as 2.99% APR. In addition, you'll receive unlimited confidence with Mercedes-Benz's unlimited mileage warranty, delivering continued assurance for up to 7 years. Contact RBM of of Atlanta for details and see how to qualify. We'd love to welcome you to the RBM of Atlanta family. We're proud to be Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964. Not all offers apply to all vehicles, and special financing available to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Services through April 1st, 2024. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call 770-390-0700 for details.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your system running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. So turn to Atlanta's Carrier experts for your system's maintenance at 770-GET-HEAT or centralheat.com. With Central, you get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. Plus, you know what's going to be here before you know it? The heat. It's allergy season, and Central Heating and Air can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation, locally owned and operated HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and they've serviced over 100,000 customers right here in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com. That's centralheat.com.
This is Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons. We've always been Atlanta's best at installing and servicing garage and entry doors, but you would be surprised at how many windows we've installed as well. So we're proud to announce a new division, All Four Seasons Windows. We now have the ability to make sure every opening in your house is safe, energy efficient, and looks darn good. So give us a call today to schedule your free sales consultation. Find out how you can decrease your energy bills and increase the beauty and value of your home with All Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
Join A Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Madelon and host Tug Coward for the weekly radio show Back Your Blue. They will highlight special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. Tune in on Saturdays or catch up on all past episodes wherever you get your podcasts or at thepodcastpark.com.
Bunday, so good to me. How you doing? It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete and Flounder. Got a little John Phillips action here. Singer, guitarist, songwriter John Phillips of the Mamas and Papas died of heart failure on this day in 2001. He was 65. His first band was the Journeymen. They were a folk trio. Mamas and the Papas had the #1 Monday Monday song. John Phillips was married to Michelle Gilliam. They had one child together, China Phillips, vocalist of the 90s pop trio Wilson Phillips. His second solo album was released on Rolling Stones Records and featured Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Mick Taylor, and Ronnie Wood. And also, on this day, on the history list, I'm not sure they'd want to, a lot of people to get thing. Hold on, I got it right here. Where the hell is Mamas and the Papas? Here we go. In 2001, it's the other Flounders history list says, John Phillips, founder of the Papas, master songwriter, huge fan of the Heroine, and daddy to China, Bijou, and his sometime girlfriend, Mackenzie Phillips, died at age 65. So it's an unfortunate thing for old John. Let's see what else we got here. Birthday list includes Queen Latifah, 54. years old today. Queenie, nice going. All right, good to talk to you. Let's see. We got a couple of phone calls, and we got to hear some more sound here in a second, too. And got some billion things. So lots of newsy data. 3:53. To the phones. First, it's Gary. Hey, Gary.
Yeah, it looks like Gary just hung up.
Gary had to hang up, by golly.
Literally, as you were saying that.
He was racing, and tires were out of control, and he was going to talk about the NASCAR tire thing, and it was just funny. I watched like 7 or 8 minutes in a row, and it was all about the right rear tires of NASCAR cars on that track. And sure enough, Dan, there you go. Right rear tire caused, what's the name to crash in the crash? I've never heard such a thing. I don't know anything about that. Anyway, our 3:54. I'm sorry,
you need to get out of that. If this is what fascinates you over St. Patty's Day weekend.
Hey, I just realized I saw when I flipped on my DVR library that all my shows they have in record. I have 129 episodes of Cheaters.
Torture.
129.
All happy ending.
My God. Oh, by the way, this is stupid. I'm going to play some more sound bites too of the bloodbath thing here. I just can't quite get over it. Was I telling you guys? Okay, I mentioned the other day that I'm not a man anymore. I'm just a whole like a shell of a former person. Was I the other day? I was trying to remember where I lived. And when I used to get up at 10 after 2 and doing morning news. Remember that we were talking about that? And we were talking about that on the radio, Flounder. Were you talking about that the other day?
Yeah, you've talked about that a bunch of times.
And I was trying to remember where I lived. I remember saying to me, well, I live nearby. And then I said, it was on, and I couldn't remember. I just remembered. It was Collier Road. Okay, it's been 3 days. 3 days when I tried to remember where I lived back when we were on the radio. And all of a sudden this morning, it came to me, you were thinking of Collier Road. I mean, my God, man. Off of near Howell Mill. I couldn't believe it. At the little apartment complex up there. And that's the weirdest damn thing. I swear to God, it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday or Thursday, whatever it was, last week. And I was like, what the hell? I can't remember the name of the street. And this morning, boom, Collier Road.
Your brain is like a computer. You put it in search mode, and it just took 3 days to find it.
There's too much in there. There's way too much in there. Oh, God. Forget Flounder. Here we go. Little Flounders funny.
I get back in my car. I go to unlock her door, and she lifts the handle at the exact same time. I try to unlock the door, and they offset each other. You've been stuck in that little tug-of-war for about an hour. Okay, give me a sec, hon. Let go of the damn door! Sit your ass on the curb! I will come around and let you in! What the hell goes through her mind? I have no idea. Can I get it now? No, how about now? No, now. Should I try it now? No, how about now? No, now. Can I get it now? No, how about now? No, can I get it now? Should I now? How about now? Should I try it now? Can I get it now? How about now? No. Yet? Should I try it yet? How about now? No. Can I get it now? No, it's not working. It's not working. I'm not sitting down yet. I'm not inside. Hurry up. It's hot out.
That was Kevin James, and this Flounders Funny brought to you by Nucky's Hoagies, located in Roswell Corner Shopping Center, owned by the Sub Sisters who love laughing with the Kimmer Show.
Nucky. Now, how do you spell Nuckies? Do we know how to spell
Nuckies? That's Knuckies.
Like a Nuckies. It's a knuckle sandwich kind of a deal. And by the way, I know there are huge fans of this radio station.
Correct.
So we salute our new sponsor of Flounders Funnies, Nuckies.
Hoagies. Nucky's Hoagies.
And a hoagie, by the way, for those in different parts of the country, do you know what a grinder is? Flounder, do you know what a grinder is?
Isn't that an app for gay people?
Yes, it is. And I don't know why you know that, but Pete Davis. No. Do you know what a grinder is, Pete Davis?
A grinder is what they call a hoagie up in New England.
Do you know what a submarine sandwich is? Obviously.
Well, that was called Groton, Connecticut, where they built the submarines, and they called them those sandwiches they made them there.
But actually, a grinder and a hoagie, and I guess there's probably some other thing. A Dagwood. Remember the old TV or the old comic strip series, the Dagwood sandwich?
Yeah.
But a grinder and a hoagie and a sub are pretty much, that kind of, the long bread with the stuff in it. And the hoagie, this is going to be great. Looking forward to their longtime spot. sponsorship.
Blimpie.
Blimpies, there you go.
I love Blimpies.
358. By the way, a sweet story, just very quickly. Gene Wilder died in August 2016. His widow, he's married 4 times. Third time to Gilda Radner, who died. And then he got married the 4th time. The longest marriage he had, 25 years, 25th wedding anniversary. Right after their anniversary, he passed away, Gene Wilder, in 2016. Well, there's a new documentary out about his life and his battle with Alzheimer's. And his widow said that he didn't really know much about Alzheimer's. We saw him slip away. I was sick, but I had to keep smiling, telling him it's okay. He was wonderful, best husband ever. But she said at the very end, they were listening to Ella Fitzgerald singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And he spoke for the last time. The music was playing in the background, his widow says, Karen Boyer. Ella Fitzgerald singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I was lying next to him. He sat up in bed, and he said, I trust you. And then he said, I love you. And that was the last thing he said. And Gene Wilder passed away. He had Alzheimer's, didn't know where he was, but he said, I trust you, I love you, and passed away. Sweet story. 4 o'clock, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Monday. We got happy stuff. We got funny stuff. Come on, get out of here. It's a sweet widow. Come on.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta's Safe House.
U.S. concerns magnified. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. The White House says President Biden reinforced that he's in favor of defeating Hamas during a phone call with the Israeli prime minister, but also believes a ground invasion in the Gaza city of Rafah would be a mistake, emphasizing broader humanitarian concerns.
We saw a UN report today, which Director Power of USAID spoke to quite eloquently. It's an alarming report about a possible impending famine if everyone doesn't do their responsibility to ensure we address that.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says Prime Minister Netanyahu agreed to send a team to Washington to discuss Rafah in particular. The State Department now says nearly 1,000 Americans have contacted them about getting out of Haiti, a significant jump from earlier estimates of several hundred.
The state also appeared to reverse course over the weekend, evacuating 30-plus Americans via a charter flight to Florida. This after insisting to us multiple times last week they had no evacuation plans for Americans whatsoever.
Fox's Jillian Turner. Armed gangs now control about 80% of Haiti's capital. A guilty verdict in the first trial of a man accused of killing Muslim men in New Mexico.
Afghan refugee Muhammad Syed convicted of first-degree murder for the 2022 fatal shooting of a 41-year-old Muslim man in Albuquerque. Prosecutors presenting data showing Syed's cell phone was in the area when the shooting took place, and a ballistics expert testifying casings recovered from the scene were from a rifle found at his home. The defense arguing there's no evidence to prove that he was the one who pulled the trigger, saying others had access to his phone and gun. Syed, who is also Muslim, faces 2 other murder trials, accused of fatally shooting at least 2 other Muslim men within weeks of each other.
Fox's Christian Goodwin. Police also call Syed the prime suspect in the murder of a 4th man, but he's not been charged in that case. Stocks finished higher. The Dow up 75 points at the bell. That's off session highs. America is listening to Fox News.
After 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation promised to make sure that we never forget. And since then, they have been supporting American heroes and their families. Heroes like U.S. Army Specialist Michael Hook. He was killed in Iraq. And Hook left behind a pregnant fiancée who gave birth to a son that he would never meet. Tunnel to Towers stepped up. They paid off the mortgage on their home. Donate $11 a month. Go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org. The letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation.
What should we do with the broke propeller? What should we do with the broke propeller? Don't look at me, I wasn't driving. Thank you, you're not helping. I don't even know why you bought this boat. You told me that you loved this boat. That was before you wrecked the boat. Well, now you've made it awkward.
Accidents don't just happen in sea shanties, so Progressive Boat Insurance has you covered. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you can save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms and not available for all boats or in all situations.
All right, look out. There we go. 403. How you doing? It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. with Pete Davis and Flounder, and U2. 1991 on this day, attending an in-store promo appearance. U2 was fined $850 after U2 in the promo store appearance was found guilty of selling condoms illegally at the Virgin Megastore in Dublin. I don't even know what that means. How could a condom be illegal? Well, I guess I was in Ireland. I guess back here now they allow abortion. Didn't Ireland just pass abortion laws? If I'm not mistaken,
a few years ago. Yeah.
And I think there's something new also. I wonder if it has to do with I just remember reading something about Ireland just did another controversial. It might have been either birth control or gender thing or something.
No, they've turned against the woke agenda. They tried to push a lot of stuff through, and they said no. There's a limit.
Yeah, that's what it was. And we'll talk more about the wokeness here in just a moment, by the way. And you'll also hear some more sound about this whole bloodthirst. Yeah.
Here's a trivia question for you.
All right, sir.
Where was the first St. Patrick's Day parade held?
New York City. Dublin, Ireland.
In fact, Flounder, you can play too. We'll play a little game here, and I'll tell you if you're getting closer. So you said New York City. It's not New York City.
All right, I'll bet you it's like freaking Mobile, Alabama, or something.
You're closer.
I'll guarantee you. Atlanta, Savannah, Georgia.
You're getting closer.
All right, Columbus, Georgia, Macon, Georgia.
No, now you're getting farther away.
Farther away now, yeah.
St. Augustine?
Charlotte, North Carolina. No. What's the other one? Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
I'll give you a hint. It was in 1601, and Flounder just said it.
St. Augustine.
St. Augustine.
Florida.
St. Augustine.
I'll be damned.
Which, by the way, in 1601 was a Spanish city, yet it had an Irish St. Patty's Day parade.
Well, no, I just don't. I think you're hosing us. I think you're lying through.
You think I'm making it up?
I think you're making up the whole damn thing. I think you're making up lying bastard. I'm sorry.
If I was there, I would take my gloves off and slap you in the face, sir.
Aha! A duel. I accept your challenge. Oh, God.
Rapiers at dawn.
We've done it. 4:05 with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Darn it. I just had something to update you with. Oh, I know. This thing. Your birthday. By the way, when I posted on Saturday that was your birthday, you guys tried to keep it
You
safe.
outed me.
Holy crap-a-rooney. I mean, there must have been 1,000 responses. I mean, I can't open when somebody says replying to Pete Dan, I can't open them. They just keep going. I mean, it's
Thank you to everybody. It was overwhelming. It was, in fact, Saturday night, I didn't go anywhere Saturday night, and I told my friend, I'm now going to go home, and I'm going to sit down on the couch, and I'm going to read all these erstwhile birthday wishes from people I've never met.
Well, it would take a while because there were a million of it, seemed like. Now, by the way, for the record, we got you, the Kimmer Show program, the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. We got you a couple of things in a little bag, and I have it here waiting. Now, the problem is, I will tell you one thing we got you was some lottery tickets for the drawing tonight, the Powerball, which is like $800 million or something. Now, I have, we got you some thing of tickets in this bag. Clearly, if I take this home with me now and not leave it here for you to come in tomorrow, if I take it home with me tonight and I find out what the winners are tomorrow morning, if there's a winner in there, I could switch the ticket and you'd never know. So
take photos of the tickets and send all of us the photo of the ticket so we know what the numbers are.
All right, you can do that. You want to do that? In fact,
not that I don't trust you.
No, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll take a picture of the ticket, and then I'm going to do this. In fact,
is there chocolate?
Oh,
in
in fact, I put in an envelope here too. I put actually in a special envelope, so it would be
spare no expense.
Hold on a second now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, this is not good radio. I really apologize. I'm going to take a thing of the tickets, okay, and I'm putting them back in the envelope, like so.
I guarantee you that pic you just took is blurry.
I guarantee it. Back in the envelope, and now I'm going to staple the envelope, and I'll save the bag because it's a beautiful bag, so you may want to reuse the bag, but I will staple the handle, which you could take easily, together.
What are you, Chris Angel?
Staples.
You going to do a magic trick now?
Two staples, so the bag is now stapled together, so I will not be in any way interfering with the actual lottery tickets, and if you win, let's see, 408. With the Kid Repeat Flounder. Where was I? God, I don't even know where I am now. Just having so much fun here, just being stupid. A couple things. Oh, let's play some sound bites. You want to do that? Let's do, and by the way, this really infuriated me, so we may not last for the whole thing. Nancy Botoxi, this black-hearted skank, former stripper, who's going to go to hell when she dies, had the balls. Again, these people are liars. The people you hear complaining about Donald Trump exacting a bloodbath, which is what the talk was today, when he was talking about the automobile industry from Mexico and China taking over. All of these liberals who are saying that Donald Trump wants to murder Americans in a bloodbath if he doesn't win the presidency, they know it's not true. They are willing to lie to you with as much fake honesty as they can gather in their system. You know very well there's not a single person of any even close to sound mind in this country who truly believes that if Donald Trump doesn't win, he's going to slaughter everybody. Do you really think Donald Trump is going to take guns and murder people who didn't vote for him? I mean, come on. I mean, seriously, they are willing to... Here's Nancy Botoxi. Here's how seriously she's trying to sound, even though she's a dirty, filthy, lying bitch.
He's even predicting a bloodbath. What does that mean? He's going to exact a bloodbath? There's something wrong here. How respectful I am of the American people and their goodness.
You're respectful?
But how much more do they have to see from him to understand that this isn't what our country is about? He's even...
Oh, what happened to that? She went on to say, praising Hitler, praising the Russians, condemning our soldiers for losing and dying in war. I don't know why the soundbite cut out, but that's what she said. This is unbelievable. Praising Hitler, praising Nazis. What's she talking? Again, this gaslighting business, it's the Russian collusion all over again. You know, they're good Nazis. You dirty, stinking, freaking liar. In fact, we won't play the whole thing because it's too long and it makes me too mad and I'm going to, do something terrible and stupid. Flounder, a little montage there of liberals reacting to Donald Trump's comment, a bloodbath about the automotive industry and how they change it.
But as Politico.com reports tonight on the, quote, bloodbath at the RNC.
Headlines calling it a, quote, bloodbath.
A bloodbath. Not only is it going to be a bloodbath, but after they leave New Hampshire, it's a bloodbath on her home turf. That's really tough.
Trump has left a lot of corpses in his wake. I mean, we can count the bodies
as part of the, quote, MAGA drive to take over Maricopa County.
Bodies.
And the headline refers to it as an impending bloodbath. Columnist Charles Blow has a new piece for the New York Times entitled A Biden Bloodbath.
2018 midterms, you can bet that they 100% are fearing a slaughter. In fact, the word bloodbath and massacre come up frequently.
The Republican Party will be destroyed. It's going to be a bloodbath.
There's going to be a bloodbath one way or the other.
Bloodbath for Bernie Sanders.
It's been a bloodbath. They're shaping up to be a bloodbath.
Head off a bloodbath in next year's crucial midterm.
Off-year elections are often a bloodbath.
This week's bloodbath.
That's right. I mean, my God.
Hypocrites.
And again, if that's all you hear, and again, my kids, my whole family are screaming, freaking liberals, but they never watch TV. So if they by chance have the TV on in the background and they hear these people saying, oh, Donald Trump's promising a bloodbath if he used to go, oh my God, I can't believe it, and they go about their business thinking that's the situation. I mean, that's the danger. It's so freaking pervasive. It's just part of the toxic culture. It's part of the toxic division going on for politics. And again, these people don't believe that. She doesn't really believe he's going to do that.
But it's Goebbels, which he learned back in the 30s. It's the big lie.
That's
you
right.
Repeat it. The more you repeat it, the more people will believe it.
Yeah. And here we go again. I mean, it's just absolutely appalling. And by the way, President Crime Family has apparently been seething over his disastrous polling numbers. There's a report out now that he's been ticked off by one thing about the Hamas-Israeli conflict and the poll numbers and everything else. They say now that his approval sits at a low of like 35% or something. His rage dates back a couple of months when they said his polling numbers dipped because of his swing states in Michigan and Georgia because of his war moron Hamas handling, and he says he's doing the right thing, so he's been shouting and swearing and screaming at his staff. They say his frustrations are intensifying, questioning travel choices and inability to communicate his agenda to the people. He's apparently complaining they're keeping him away from the public. I think we know the reason for that. Holy criminy. He wants to take his case to the public and antagonize Donald Trump. Anyway, he's been screaming and yelling at his staff. He's mad at himself for not being more forceful. He's getting conflicting advice. What a joke. I mean, what a freaking disgrace. That's how much they care about America. I mean, it's really, this is just scandalous. All right, 4:13. Flounders Funnies. We got Holy Crap at Sports later on with Pete Davis. We got games. We got tweets. And, woke people are not happy as they might want you to think. And I guess if you know woke people, I think you know that's true. Coming up, and how to tell if somebody's lying to you. Next, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder.
It's time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
How about some statistics on single-parent households? I'm quoting from some studies here. The strongest predictor of whether or not a person is going to end up in prison is whether or not they were raised by a single parent. 70% of inmates in state juvenile detention centers serving long sentences, single mothers. 72% of juvenile murderers, 60% of rapists, single mother homes. And after controlling for single motherhood, the difference between black and white crime disappears, folks. It disappears. You can find these statistics yourself. I don't have some sort of spectacular memory. Just Google fatherless, single, mother, home statistics. How did this happen? Democrat Party in the 1970s. Lyndon Johnson. To make it simple, they just told mothers needing welfare that you cannot get welfare payments if there is a man living in your home. Bye-bye, fathers. Bye-bye, baby daddies. We want that check. You're out of here. The problem here is that the left, Democrats, liberals, progressives, just cannot accept, they won't accept this idea that single-parent households are a primary cause of the crime we have in this country. In fact, now listen to this. Just 2 years ago, a study produced by the left said that family privilege needs to be dismantled. Hear that? Family privilege. And that anybody who champions two-parent families is simply helping to promote white supremacy. That's right, folks. In this day and age, championing, supporting, promoting the idea of raising children with two parents in the household is promoting white supremacy. Can't make it up. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Hi, I'm Mark Beckham with Atlanta Ramjack. We specialize in only foundation repair. What makes Atlanta Ramjack special is the crews. Our crews are the most experienced people in the industry. Foundation repairs has many aspects. We do helical piers, hydraulically driven piles, we do polyfoam injection, we pressure grout, we do carbon fiber reinforcement. There's multiple solutions to foundation repairs. If you see any signs of foundation issues, please contact us at atlantaramjack.com.
What are your plans for your business this year? Hey, it's Tug. Do you want to expand and grow? Aren't you exhausted by going to lenders, building a relationship, and a week later, you got a new person to deal with? You have to start all over again? You don't have that with First Liberty Building and Loan. The Frost family has been helping businesses grow since the 90s, and they want to know you. Unlike big banks, they want to partner with you. The Frost family knows the patterns. They know the ebbs and flows. They know business. Get to know them at firstlibertyga.com. Building a building, buying a franchise, expanding. Reach out to them. Spend 10 minutes with them. See if you're a fit for them and if they're a fit for you. You do that at firstlibertyga.com. And by the way, if you're a young banker and want to work with a team that is faith-friendly and has a culture of excellence, First Liberty might be a good match. Reach out to them today. First Liberty Building and Loan. firstlibertyga.com. That's firstlibertyga.com.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. At A Second Chance Bail Bonds, we believe everyone deserves a second chance. We handle bonds from local to federal for any jail in any city. And in most cases, we can have you and your loved one out of jail in a matter of hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 770-627-3235 or online at atlbail.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lows for Underdog Fantasy. The NBA season is still here, and there's no easier way to get in on all the action than with Underdog Fantasy and their Pick'em game. It's a fantasy game, but you can win real money. It's easy. Pick 2 to 5 players from at least 2 different teams. Select higher or lower on the player stats, and if your pick hits, you can win up to 100 times your money. It's legal in Georgia, and it's a ton of fun to play as you can watch the Atlanta Hawks. Stop playing against the pros night in and night out with their hundreds of different lineups. It's just you against the stat. It's that easy. Underdog Fantasy is even easier to get started. Go to their easy-to-use mobile app or to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up and use the promo code LOS, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, they'll give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick of entry. That's Underdog Fantasy. Promo code LOS, L-O-S, to get your first deposit of 10 or more matched, plus your special pick. Must be 18 and present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
How's it going? It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete and Flounder 420. We've got a little boogie time here with the Bee Gees.
What time is it?
It's a 420. I call smoking. With the Bee Gees. Da-da-da. Yeah. I would think that would hurt their voices. There we go. Dun, dun. There we go. 1978 on this day, Bee Gees had the top 3 on the singles charts. Night Fever, number 1. Love is Thicker Than Water by Brother Andy at number 2. Co-written by Barry Gibb. And Emotion by Samantha Sang. Written and produced by the Bee Gees at number 3, which was here and here, the Bee Gees. That's, Got Me Back from Massachusetts. And they had a couple, I used to listen to that stuff. Weird. That was the strangest. I mean, just a total of that would be more than Frankie Valli had a falsetto, but the Bee Gees were outrageous. I mean, that was a whole different thing. Anyway, just a little memory for you. 421. Birthday list. This is a strange story. A guy named Brad Dorff. Hold on, I got to get Froggy. Here we go. Brad Dorff, actually, I think that's how it's pronounced. Brad Dorff is 74. Now, Brad Dorff is the voice of Chucky in the Child's Play movies, but Brad Dorff was nominated for a Best Supporting Actor Oscar for playing the stuttering Billy Babbitt in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in 1975. Brad Dorff. He also played the doctor on Deadwood and Grima Wormtongue in the second Lord of the Rings movie. So, anyway, that's Brad Dorff. He's 74 years old. And on this day in history, triple thing in Vietnam these days. 1969 this day, President Nixon authorizes Operation Menu, the start of the secret bombing of Cambodia. And man, when the protesters got wind of that, the whole country tore apart. Same day, 1971 to this day, American helicopters had to rescue 1,000 South Vietnamese soldiers out of Laos. And we weren't supposed to be in Cambodia or Laos or anywhere, but don't go on Ixnay on the Oingay Cambodia, okay. Same day, 1975. This day, Saigon regime caved, basically abandoned the Central Highlands to the North Vietnamese. And bing, bang, boom. Anyway, 422, how's it going? Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, nice to have you aboard. I was going to mention something. What the heck was I? Darn. I can't believe. The other day, I think it might have been last week when I was going home, and I noticed on the sidewalk out in front where we go in front of that theater out here at the Battery, there was a whole bunch of different colored dots and some really strange foreign language letters and stuff on the sidewalk. And I wondered about it. At first, I thought it was maybe this was like last Thursday or Friday, and I thought maybe it was some kind of staging place where you put stands for a parade or something. But obviously, I got a lot of thank you so much. I got a lot of people in great detail explaining how they're measuring for the units underneath and the system that has the pipes and the heating and all the stuff underneath our streets. And so it's not it wasn't like mysteries from outer space. It was a planned thing. So anyway.
Please tell us more about the markings on the street outside the building.
Well, I come out and all of a sudden the yellow dots and green dots and they're different patterns and it looked like Arabic writing and it looked like a staging area for some kind of takeover. And I was so nervous about it.
Maybe it just wasn't any of your business. Did you ever think of that, Mr. Citizen?
Well, I'm not dumb. I was passed over. It's not the way I wanted it, Mikey. I'm smart. Yeah, let's go fishing. Oh, my God, 424. A funny little survey to tell you about. By the way, we got new stuff. We're just goofing around. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. It's Monday and I'm on vacation in my head. That's the only way I can survive these days. Psychological researchers in Finland have studied thousands of participants to find out how they can measure an individual's commitment to principles of social justice, in other words, being woke, and what it might mean to the idea of happiness and consistency and so on and so forth. Okay? Journal of Psychology has a little thing here. The research trajectory included extensive reading on, here's how they wanted to study. People with extensive reading on intersectional feminism, critical race theory, queer theory, and other relevant academic disciplines that inform critical social justice. Okay? So they took all the categories of what you would call being woke. Equity and feminism and critical race and queer, all that kind of stuff. And then they did studies of people and found out that there were 7 truisms of woke people. Woke people believe these things. Number 1, if white people have on average a higher level of income than black people, it's racism. Number 2, university reading lists should include fewer white or European authors. Number 3, microaggressions should be challenged often and actively. Number 4, tranny women who compete with women in sports are not helping women's rights. That was scored in reverse for some reason. Number 4 or 5, I think it was. We don't need to talk more about the color of people's skin. Number 6, a white person cannot understand how a black person feels equally well as another black person. And a member of a privileged group can adopt features or cultural elements of a less privileged group. And the gender divide, I say, was surprising. 3 out of 5 women view woke ideas positively, but only 1 out of 7 men. And what they're saying is the assessment showed that across the population, there was a negative correlation between progressive ideas and levels of happiness. The most concerning finding was a relationship between mental health and agreement with a scale, high prevalence of anxiety, depression in people who believe the statement, if white people on average have a higher income than blacks, it's because they're racist. And the people who believe that, the more woke you are, the more unhappy you are, and the more anxiety and depression you feel. They found that those who identified as left-wing were most likely to report lower mental well-being. Because you're in everybody else's freaking business, telling other people how to live. You're doing stuff that doesn't apply to you. You're so busy trying to tell other people what to do, you're all upset about it. Leave me alone. You do not have the right to never be offended. Also, I mean, come on.
It's like those people who walk outside a building and say, "What's all these strange markings on the street here?
Yeah,
Nobody approved
it's
this.
none of my
no one
damn
ran this by me."
Business. Find out what. Oh, sorry. Okay. By the way, you want to hear a funny kind of a woke thing, which is in reverse. I don't know why I didn't think of this, and maybe I don't know. I don't understand. Gary Trudeau and Doonesbury. I'm reading you a comic strip now. Okay, it's two of the characters in Doonesbury, and I don't know who they are, but it's a guy and another guy. Maybe it's a guy opening. Maybe it's a girl. I can't even tell from the hairdo. First person says, "Oh no." Reply, "Oh no? Yeah, I've been asked to be a gender guardian." She got an invitation mailed to be a gender guardian for a gender reveal party. Okay, I've been asked to be a gender guardian. What's that? Well, the MC at a gender reveal party. The only one who knows the baby's sex is the MC of the gender reveal. And you know how hard it is for me to keep a secret. Other guy, gender reveals? Boy, that's still a thing? Kind of surprised. She says, "Well, surprise? Why is that? Why surprise? What do you mean?" He says, "Well, it just seems risky." And then the bottom picture shows the guy and his very pregnant wife with a plane flying overhead with a banner that says "boy," blue balloons all over the place. Mommy saying, "It's a boy, it's a boy." So the gender reveal, it's a boy. And then there's one of those little ... thinking caption things coming from her stomach. She's saying, "It's a boy, it's a boy." Coming from her stomach are the words from her living fetus, "so you might think." So in other words, he's trying to make a joke that nobody can tell a gender these days, but he also just admitted that he must believe that life is inside her belly before she gives birth to it. I mean, if the fetus can talk, it's alive. I mean, my God, I thought, oh my God, didn't he think about that? I mean, he clicked himself. They don't believe babies are alive until you can get to abort them if you want. So he double whammied himself. He tried to make a joke about gender revealing. You can be any gender you want, and then admitted that fetuses are live human beings. Oh my God! I don't know. I couldn't believe it. I don't know. I mean, I thought that was so funny.
A leftist being hypocritical? That's astounding.
No, that he didn't get it. Then he would have said he must have thought to himself, "Well, I have that baby talking in there." I mean, I can't believe that he's not. That he's so obtuse.
I take it as him pushing a trans agenda, frankly.
Well, it's obviously that. But again, he tricked himself saying that the life begins before birth. So it was a tranny complaint, but life begins at conception without him even realizing it.
Hoisted by his own petard.
4:30, Carapede Flounder. Look out.
Hey, it's Rhino from The Morning Extra, getting your weekday morning started from 6 to 10 a.m.
But look at what's happening on The View. I mean, you got Whoopi Goldberg. She actually admitted that what happened with the Supreme Court, what did happen with the Supreme Court, was right. She admitted it, but it still ticks her off.
Bothers me about this, and I know it's probably the right decision, but I don't like that we've normalized this man. It has really irritated the poo out of me.
Normalize this man. Can I normalize, in the interest of my career, taking on a Jewish name so that you think that I'm Jewish? Because that's what Whoopi did.
Sure did. Would that be called Jewish face? What do you do?
Is that cultural appropriation?
That's what I was
in order for her to try and make it the 1980s, she was like, I got to make sure that my name looks more Jewish.
Yeah, no tug. It's not Jew face.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Do you know that most people describe remodeling as stressful? Does that sound like your experience? Hi, this is Candace from Exovations, and have I got a tip for you. With Exovations as your partner, you'll get a completely different remodeling experience. How? Well, besides covering the very basics like showing up on time, cleaning up your property each day, not smashing your flowers or bushes, and not pressuring you to buy today because this huge deal expires tonight. We also cover the big things like a written project schedule so you know when workers are coming and when they're not. A fixed price quote so you're guaranteed that what you pay is exactly what you committed to up front. And a design of what your home will look like so you're not left guessing if you're even going to like the finished product. Discover what stress-free remodeling looks like and schedule your free quote today at exovations.com. That's EXOVATIONS.com.
At the Piedmont Bank, we're proud to be one of Georgia's largest community banks, focusing on serving businesses and the communities they serve. With headquarters right here in Metro Atlanta, our tailored banking expertise and solutions help meet the diverse needs of our customers so they have what it takes to grow, expand, and thrive. It's what elevates us above the rest. Find a location near you at Piedmont.bank and experience elevated banking for you and your business. The Piedmont Bank. Banking elevated. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPSETC.com.
Sequoia National Golf Club is located 45 minutes west of Asheville, North Carolina, and nestled among the Oak, Fir, and Flowered Valleys in the heart of the Great Smoky Mountains. Owned by the Eastern Band of the Cherokee, this Robert Trent Jones II design offers an idyllic 18-hole journey filled with panoramic vistas on every hole, beautiful landscapes, and a fun mountain golf experience. Enjoy a relaxed lunch or afternoon beverage on the outdoor deck with 180-degree views of the Great Smoky Mountains. The surrounding community also provides golfers a welcoming environment that is rich with Native American culture and exciting year-round attractions. Sequoia National Golf Club is just 4 miles from Harrah's Cherokee Casino Resort and just a short drive from Atlanta. Experience a fun afternoon of golf with your friends or stick around for an epic stay-and-play weekend. Experience mountain golf at its finest and then go hit the casino floor. Book your tee time at sequoianational.com. That's sequoianational.com. Experience the majesty and beauty of Sequoia National, mountain golf at its finest.
Introducing Sonder Health Plans, your trusted local partner for Medicare Advantage in Georgia. Only in Georgia. With Sonder, you'll get comprehensive coverage that's tailored to your needs. They offer $0 primary care visits, $0 premiums, and access to a wide network of Georgia healthcare providers. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com now to learn more about their valued-based care that won't break the bank. Or call 888-428-4440. Sonder Health Plans, your doctors, your neighbors, your friends.
On Thursday, March 28th, the Atlanta Braves will celebrate opening day with an opening day block party in Summerhill, one of Atlanta's most historic neighborhoods. In the lead up to the 50th anniversary of Hank Aaron's record-breaking 715th home run at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, the Braves invite fans to return to the scene of that historic moment to usher in the 2024 season. Fans will enjoy a block party along Georgia Avenue with live music, entertainment, and so much more as the Braves celebrate opening day. Visit Braves.com/watch parties to check out the fun.
Well, let's not clash. That outfit. Look out. 1977, The Clash debut single White Riot. It's a typical punk style of 3 chords, played real fast. Are they saying White Riot? I have no idea. I have no idea what
I believe so.
White Riot, I think it's the name of the. That sounds like that song they had in Kill Bill with the Japanese girls and the in the disco there with what's her name? Anyway, this is the Clash 77 debut single White Riot. It's a typical punk style, 3 chords played really fast. Mick Jones counts off 1, 2, 3, 4 at the start of the album version, while the single version begins with the sound of a police siren. Now, which one was this, Flounder? Can we play this from the beginning and see which one this is? Is it possible to do that?
I probably cut it when I downloaded it to kind of.
Okay, we don't. Anyway, just curious. No problem. Anyway, 2 different ways. Let's see. Our birthday. Oh no, Mr. Phone. Come on, Mr. Phone. I got to use you for my history thing. Our birthday list includes Adam Levine, 45, Maroon 5, and former voice coach. Singer Adam Levine. And on this day in history, boy, do I remember this story. Man, this was in the news. This was a huge story. Terri Schiavo. She became brain dead. She apparently collapsed in her apartment without oxygen for too long in 1990. Well, in 2005 on this day, doctors in Florida, acting on orders of a state judge. What's all that noise? What the hell was that?
Bingo.
Flounder, what are you on the phone with your girlfriend?
No, there was audio playing on my phone.
It's on point, is it me? Because I wasn't sure because these damn stinking ear rockets aren't working with a crap.
It was a comedy bit I'm doing. I wanted to make sure there were no cuss words.
There you go. Well, and so my ear rockets are a piece of crap all of a sudden today. And so I called. Yeah, in a couple of weeks we'll get you in. A couple of weeks? Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, that was great. Thank you so much. I can't remember. Terri Schiavo. God, what's the matter with me? Terri Schiavo, how do you pronounce her name? I remember doing this story. 2005, doctors in Florida, acting on orders of a state judge, took out Terri Schiavo's feeding tube. She died 13 days later. The case for her to be removed from life support with all the interested parties started in 1998, 8 years after she collapsed. The parents of Terri wanted their daughter to continue with life support, but her husband, who had the first rights, believed his wife would not have wanted it that way. And I remember, Pete, do you remember this? I remember this. This was Rush Limbaugh talked about this.
Neil Bortz,
everybody. From a legal standpoint, but also I remember the family actually would take a flashlight on video, TV cameras showing it, would take a flashlight and bring it toward her face and then move it, and her face would follow the light. And they say, see, she's aware, she can follow it. And they say, man, guppies do that. So it's not really, that doesn't mean. It was a horrible fight back and forth on what's right and would she want this and what didn't want this. And people say, well, I've heard her say many times I would never, all that kind of stuff. Which, by the way, is why I have a living will. I have a living will, and it says if I'm incapable of so-and-so, here's what I want you to do. And everybody should have one. Anyway, and you can get them cheap, too. Go to one of those, website sources if you want to. Okay. The parents wanted her to keep on with life support. Husband said no. The legal history included Florida courts, federal district court, Supreme Court of Florida, Supreme Court of the United States. Pope John Paul II got involved. Politicians, advocacy groups, pro-life and disability rights cases, many news and discussion. I mean, this went on and on and on. And finally, on the orders of the judge, they took out her feeding tube, and Terri Schiavo died 13 days later in 2005. And it started with a tube coming out on this day. Okay, sorry to linger over that, but again, it was a monster story. And I still don't know what the right thing is to do. If it's me, pull the tube. I've got to and I'll have my kids make the decision, and there you go. So anyway. What the hell, man, please. Now, how to tell if somebody's lying. Oh, in fact, Flounder, we have a soundbite for this that we got out of history here a little while ago. First of all, this is pretty cool. There's a new thing going around here now about facial clues and language clues. And a body and language expert trained with the FBI has some secrets of how you can tell whether somebody is lying to you. Let's see. Combination of several things as to why one thing is not going to, I can prove because I saw his eyes moving. No. There's a combination of things. For example, 2 really obvious signs of deception are blink spiking and lip licking and hard swallowing. For example, The expert says we blink 12 to 14 times a minute. But people under stress and duress, their blink rate skyrockets. What we also see is lip licking and hard swallowing. When people lie, we release cortisol, the stress hormone, and it dries out our mouth and slows down our saliva. So we lick lips and hard swallow like that. Also, people lying tend to subconsciously touch the lines of their face, their cheekbones. They protect their lower zones like their chin, their belly button, and their groin. They dip their chin or angle their body slightly away to remove your access to that ventral area, so it's obvious once you look for it. They dip their chin or angle their body slightly away, protecting their power zones, their chin and belly button. Lip compression and blushing. Another sign of someone being disingenuous. Under stress, you get a bit of an adrenaline pump, and it causes your blood-carrying elements to expand. Blood comes closer to the surface. That's why you see flushing and blushing. You also get lip compression and pulling. You see with politicians a lot when they're stretching some of the words they're going to use. If someone's spinning a web of lies, it's easier to pick up on their eye movements as well. By creating elements, people go to different eye referencing points when they're creating content. It's harder for them to store things in order, so their eyes kind of tend to flip around. And there's also a clue about language. Flounder will play the language here, and then we'll tell what the pattern is to show that he's a dirty, stinking deceiver.
But I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never. These allegations are false, and I need to go back to work for the American people.
Okay, now, what a great example. Truth tellers convey, liars convince. So you don't need to say, I'm 100% definite, or 100% certain. You're either certain or you're definite. If you over-exaggerate, like Clinton just said, I'm going to say this one more time. I'm going to tell you. You're going to hear. I mean, he overemphasized what he was going to say. These people are selling, not telling. They give you additional filler or additional eye contact because they think I want to be more convincing. They use expanded contractions when they lie, like Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations. Instead of saying I didn't, he said I did not. That's a very strong deceptive indicator. When they throw a word like that, I did not have sexual relations with that woman, he's distancing himself. That is distance. The word this is close. That over there is distancing. They use assuming language, dropping in things like, and obviously, sound more convincing. Everything this guy talked about is exactly what Bill Clinton just said. Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's pretty cool. Oh, mercy. Anyway, I'm a terrible liar. Have you ever pulled off a great lie, Pete?
Yeah.
Even to this day, you have. How about you, Flounder? Have you ever? I want to ask you. Can you tell us what it is, or would someone be offended still?
Probably.
Okay. Well, I mean, I used to lie to my parents. I mean, stuff, and I think probably a couple of ones. But
you snake!
I'm a bastard. I'm sorry. I did the worst stupid thing. Oh my God! I thought, but when I almost cracked up the car and I spun my father's station wagon out and ripped up the wheels, and I pretended I didn't know anything about it. That I'd loaned the guy the car to go get something to eat or something. Oh my. Anyway, Flounder, did you ever pull off a really good lie? Not to a girl. Nothing
I can think of.
Nothing you can remember. It's a 5:15.
Nothing recently.
No, nothing to be aware of. It's 5:15 with a Kevin Feet and Flounder. Nothing to be aware of. The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's a camera. How's it going? Here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Since the 1952 presidential election, Democrats, for instance, have told us the Republicans want to take away your Social Security. And they're telling us that now. Because the idea of having retirement money snatched away from you just as you're finishing your work life is one of the most frightening things you can imagine.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler, like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Buying a new car is about way more than just a car. You want to love it and everything that comes with it. And at Subaru of Gwinnett, we get that. You want to love the website. Easy to browse, easy to shop, and an unrivaled selection so you can find the model that suits you. Like the 2024 Subaru Outback, Crosstrek, or Ascent, all offering impressive gas mileage, standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, and the tools to explore the things you love. You want to love the people, and know that every time you stop by the dealership on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, they'll be there for you, ready to help in any way possible. And you want to love the service. We'll check that box for you also, because during the spring sales event, there's a lot to love. So stop in during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, and you'll find just that, a lot to love. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com and find the ride that best suits you, because love is what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, and online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
This is Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons. We've always been Atlanta's best at installing and servicing garage and entry doors, but you would be surprised at how many windows we've installed as well. So we're proud to announce a new division, All Four Seasons Windows. We now have the ability to make sure every opening in your house is safe, energy efficient, and looks darn good. So give us a call today to schedule your free sales consultation. Find out how you can decrease your energy bills and increase the beauty and value of your home with All Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows.
Hey Atlanta, it's Ben, host of the Weekend Ben Burnett Show, proudly brought to you by Peach State Pride. Each and every weekend, we bring you all the issues going on around the globe and what America's ultimate role is in order to drive our agenda forward as conservatives. And if you ever miss an episode, you can download everything I've ever done on Apple, Spotify, or you can go to the podcast park. See you around, Atlanta.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your system running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. So turn to Atlanta's Carrier experts for your system's maintenance at 770-GET-HEAT or centralheat.com. With Central, you get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. Plus, you know what's going to be here before you know it? The heat. It's allergy season, and Central Heating and Air can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation, locally owned and operated HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and they've serviced over 100,000 customers right here in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com. That's centralheat.com.
Hey sandwich lovers, today's your lucky day. There's a whole new way to roll for lunch or dinner delight with Nucky's Hoagies in the Roswell Corners Shopping Center. Now open. Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell is family owned and operated by the Sub-Sisters, Stacy and Shannon, whose love language is food and Nucky's Hoagies, their passion. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagie, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, along with hunger-quenching sandwich combinations. Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner.
If we've learned anything from the headlines, it's that unexpected things happen too often. Those in charge say everything's fine. Stop noticing. But you know better, and your gut knows that time is short to prepare for what's around the corner next. My Patriot Supply has helped over 2 million families become more self-reliant and is the company Americans trust to prepare. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com and secure their best-selling 3-month emergency food kits. Each contains tasty breakfasts, lunches, and dinners, averaging over 2,000 calories per day. Get at least one food kit for each family member. For a limited time, save $200 plus get free shipping on all their Ready Hour 3-month emergency food kits. You're not ready if it's not Ready Hour foods. At My Patriot Supply, you can also get solar-powered generators, water filtration units, emergency medical supplies, and heirloom seeds. Shop MyPatriotSupply.com today. MyPatriotSupply.com.
Oh, God, I hate this song. I hate this voice. Well, he's not singing. Is this the instrumental? Like, thank you.
It's called an intro.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Well, I don't know how long the intro is on the worst song ever written or sung. He should have come in there.
No.
Oh, all right. Well, here we go.
It's not yet.
Well, he should have come. Here we go. And stand by with Neely. And here we go.
No.
I want to throw up. It's just a whine. I mean, God, I know it's me because he's like the biggest. Oh, God, it sounds horrible. Oh, 452. Neil Young, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that because everybody else's most favorite artist. But on this day, in 1972, Neil Young started a 3-week run at #1 with Heart of Gold. Was the album Harvest, Young's only #1 single. The song featured backup vocals by James Taylor and Linda Ronstadt, which was bizarre. Our birthday list includes Dane Cook, the comedian. I believe he is 52 years old today. And on this day in history, a sad day on this day, 1982, soul master Teddy Pendergrass was paralyzed from the waist down when his Rolls Royce bounced off a divider and slammed into a tree in Philadelphia. That was in 1982. 4 years later, Teddy Pendergrass, now crippled, was seriously injured again when his hand-controlled van crashed into a power pole. That was in 1986, and Teddy Pendergrass died in 2010 after a battle with colon cancer. Oh, my goodness. 454, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? 404-741-1230, 1230. Our 4 o'clock sponsor brought to you by our buddies at Atlanta Safe House, home of 2 of the Kimmer safes, by the way. You need a safe. You may not realize it. Put your social security card in there. Pistol safes. They have a showroom in Ackworth. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Look them up. AtlantaSafehouse.com. 454. Oh, by the way, a couple of funny things. There was a story that just came out. Hold on a thing here. I'm going to shave this stupid beard. I'm going to get sick of it. I also feel fat. I gained 2 pounds back. I lost 4 pounds and I gained 2 of them back over the weekend. I'm going to cut down on my hot fudge sundaes. Or just cut down the amount, I think, probably. I'm using way too much hot fudge now. Just, I feel like a freaking girl. 454. Just recently, there was a story that just came out over the weekend. There's a new book out, and it shows how President Barack Hussein Puditat, the divider-in-chief, the most hate-filled president we've ever had, has his staff admitted that there was a huge jealousy between Biden and Obama. And President Stupidface in office now has often said Obama would be jealous about how great he's going to be with the years-long rivalry between the two men, speaking about a perceived accomplishment. Biden aides have complained that Obama and his team did not fully appreciate Joe Biden's experience with foreign policy and with his Congress and dealing with his grip and grin politicking and so forth. And the Biden people say the Obama people were actually disrespectful. They thought Joe Biden would suck as president. They didn't think he'd be organized enough to execute it. We have too many Obama people who still just don't care about Joe Biden. It's all about them. They say this is what worked for Obama, and we say, well, we're not Obama anymore. Oh, my God. Well, guess what? After talk of the so-called feud and everything else, former President Barack Hussein Puditat met today with the British Prime Minister. Hours after the report came out about their rivalry, his first in-person meeting with Barack and Sunak, the governor of Britain, since he became Prime Minister, spotted leaving the residency this afternoon, their time. He said it was just a courtesy visit. You know, he's not getting involved in foreign affairs or anything. Oh, my God. What a bunch of freaking bozos. Honest to Pete. Or anybody else, too. Oh, by the way, Flounder mentioned this a second ago. Pete Davis, I don't know if you're a Royal fan, but I think you know more about the Royal family business and so forth than I ever will. What the hell is going on with Kate Middleton? Is she dying? In fact, Flounder, tell the little people, Flounder, what you told me a few minutes ago.
Theory.
There's some people on the dark web who think she's dead.
Dead? And, the controversy
I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying there's, conspiracy theories out there saying that something's happened to her.
I wonder what's going on. Every story you get, well, she's seen or not seen.
She was reportedly out this weekend with her husband looking at fruit and stuff, but again, no pictures. Yeah. You're going to tell me that the Prince Prince Charles and Kate aren't going to be photographed if they're in town? Come on.
I know.
Prince William.
William, yeah. King Charles. Prince
William, yeah. That's what
what we have here is a leftist British media that is unscrupulous. You think our media is bad over here, like MSNBC and Joe Scarborough.
I know.
They're all like that over there, but they'll look you in the eye and tell you they're not. The BBC is just basically...
They broke into people's phone calls. Remember, they wiretapped people to get stories with people's private phone calls.
They killed Princess Diana. It was the British media and the tabloids and the paparazzi. They hounded that poor woman to death.
Yeah, I agree.
And now, after a few years of feeling bad about that and being chastised by the royals, they decided enough time has passed that they can do it again. And they're going after Kate Middleton because she's the only good thing really going with the royals. And they want to attack her because she's from the middle class, just like Diana was not a royal, but she was kind of close to it. But Kate's from the middle class. They want to take that one good thing and drag it down through the mud for their own political agendas. And that's what they're doing. And they don't care who they get killed on the way of doing it. Yeah. They hate the royals.
Well, I don't understand. I also don't understand why they don't just come clean with what's going on, because this is what happens when you don't, get ahead of it. If you have a problem, get ahead of it. And then it's over. Then you're done.
They don't. They watch The Crown. You'll see why they do what they do. They're still stuck 50 years ago.
Yeah. Well, 4:58. We'll come out. We're going to hear some more sound bites after the top of the hour here concerning the word bloodbath and President Trump. And we talked the other day, and I'm just going to do this because it's making headlines. Keith Olbermann's back in the news again. Dear God. Yeah, Keith Olbermann. He is now saying he was talking about the comments the other day, and he said somebody in the Biden campaign posted, Trump says he's been treated worse than Abraham Lincoln, who was assassinated, said the Biden campaign spokesman. So Keith Olbermann wrote down, well, there's always hope. Clearly indicating that he would hope, at least sarcastically, that Donald Trump would be assassinated. And
at what point do we quit caring what Keith Olbermann says about that?
I know. But again, here we go. You should understand, this is this is joking and goofing around and lying and doing everything they can from joking around and taking very seriously that they really think the President Donald Trump is going to start slaughtering people if he loses the election. It's just, it's so pervasive. It's in every place. Well, so be aware.
If they steal another election, half the country is going to be pissed off.
Well, I'm ready. Coming up, Peter Gunn. Speaking of guns, 5 o'clock, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Holy crap, I'll look out.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
The former president loses a round in court. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Just getting word that a judge has denied the defense request to exclude testimony from Stormy Daniels in a hush money related case. Former President Trump is charged with falsifying business records to cover up payments to 2 women, including Daniels. He pleaded not guilty to all 34 counts in that New York case. Separately, lawyers are asking a Georgia judge to allow an appeal of the ruling that lead prosecutor Fani Willis can remain on an election interference case as long as special prosecutor and former lover Nathan Wade stepped aside. An appeal could further delay that trial. Israel is sending a delegation to Washington. They'll hear the Biden administration's concerns about a ground offensive where many Palestinian civilians are sheltering.
During a phone call with President Biden, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu agreed to send a team of military, intelligence, and humanitarian officials here for discussions on an expected military invasion evacuation of the southern Gaza city of Rafah.
Our position is that Hamas should not be allowed a safe haven in Rafah or anywhere else, but a major ground operation there would be a mistake.
White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says smashing into Rafah would lead to more civilian deaths, worsen the humanitarian crisis, and further isolate Israel internationally. He says administration officials will present alternative options.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. A TikTok briefing is coming for U.S. senators. A committee aide tells Reuters Democratic chairs and top Republicans on 2 panels will host a meeting with national security officials on threats posed by foreign adversaries exploiting Americans' sensitive data. This as the Senate considers how to proceed after last week's House vote on a bill that would force Chinese-based ByteDance to divest TikTok or face a ban on the app. The TikTok CEO has pledged to protect user information. America is listening to Fox News.
When a service member or first responder dies or is catastrophically injured in the line of duty, okay, who's there to help them or their families left behind? Who's helping our homeless vets and our nation to never forget 9/11? Well, that's the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, and right now they can only continue this great work with your generosity. We hope you'll join all of us here at Team Hannity. Go to their website, commit to $11 a month. It's the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation.
Hear that? The sound of your antique fountain pen gliding across linen paper as you journal in the park. And if you were here, you'd be inspired by the warm breeze. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. And the wind in your face on the road is all the inspiration you need. So if you ride, get a quote and see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Now that's inspiring. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right a blank. Dog talking. Road guards out. Oh, look out. It's only me. Don't be scared. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder at the controls. Your bloodbath for a Monday, 5:04. I guess their libs are still going nuts over the word bloodbath. Good grief. If you just joined us, haven't had much going on in the news today, we'll talk a great deal about that today with Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Holy crap, it's sports coming up. More Flounders Funnies coming up. In fact, I think we owe 2. We're doing 2 this hour, Flounder. We got to make sure we do at least 3 on the show.
Not a problem.
We'll talk about the Supreme Court disinformation business. Also, I don't have the stories in front of me yet, but I heard on the 5 o'clock news just now that Donald Trump's lawyers are appealing the Fani Willis case situation where they're allowing her to stay on the case. And that will, no matter what, that's going to delay the trial. So they're clearly not going to get that done in time, I would assume, before the election. Try to keep them out of that. And more Georgia cases coming up. We'll keep you apprised of as well, and more about the word bloodbath and the conservatives are nuts and Morning Joe and Pelosi and all those kinds of stuff. Also, a comment from Laken Riley's father. Laken Riley's father, Jason, made a comment. He was on NBC today, and he spoke publicly for the first time since his 22-year-old daughter was slaughtered and abused by an illegal invader, thanks to Joe Biden and his administration. And Jason Riley was asked during his interview whether he thinks a stronger immigration policy would have made a difference after his daughter's slaying ignited that worldwide debate and the border crisis and so forth. He said, quote, "We have no idea if that would have changed anything, but he's here illegally, that he might not have been here had we had secure borders." The president earlier referred to a 22-year-old Laken Riley as Lincoln. Hasn't really said her name. And, of course, the parents have met with Donald Trump, and he comforted them. Unlike your current administration, they still haven't said anybody. They haven't even said the names of the people that they slaughtered thanks to the Afghanistan withdrawal. let alone Laken Riley. And Jason Riley said they were talking about when President Stupid Face said, well, how many thousands of people are being killed by illegals? And Marjorie Taylor Greene shouted, say her name, say her name. And Laken's father, Jason, said, it makes me angry. She was much better than that. She should be raised up for the person that she is. And, of course, they're not going to do that. They don't give a damn about victims of illegal invaders.
Well, you heard what Warnock said. He basically said it's all blown out of proportion. It's smoke and mirrors. Who cares?
Yeah. He literally said smoke and mirrors. This is Raphael Weifnacher, the same guy, by the way, who shames the pulpit that Martin Luther King and Hosea Williams used to spend Sunday afternoons, Sunday mornings in. And this is the same Raphael Weifnacher, the same guy who fled out the back door when process servers showed up at his house to get him to pay his child support. And by the way, he was never officially legally charged with trying to run over his wife. He was never charged with trying to murder his wife. Let's be clear about that. Oh, sure, people thought he wanted to do it. People said, well, we knew he wanted to kill her, but he never actually was ever even officially investigated. As far as I know, Pete, you clear me on this. As far as I know, the grand jury never came forth with any bill of lading against Raphael Weifnacher on a charge of attempted murder. Never happened. They never got that far. Is that correct?
I do not recall any of that happening.
I don't remember anything like that whatsoever. So let's not be, he was never, he was never convicted. He wasn't even charged. They're trying to murder his wife. Now, the thing about dumping out the back door when the process server showed up to get him to pay his bills for his children, that's a whole other story. I mean, hell, he didn't really like him that much, I guess. I don't know.
Who among us hasn't gone out the back door?
Oh, sure. Plus, if you got a kid here and there, how are you supposed to keep track of them? I mean, come on. Gosh, 508. We have Holy Crap of Sports coming up. I want to do a sports thing very quickly, which I think is just hysterical. And we got newsy stuff, We're doing newsy stuff. Can I do this little thing here? The New York Yankees are coming out with bobblehead night on July 5th. And they're going to celebrate Seinfeld night on July 5th this year. And the first 18,000 fans who show up to watch the Bombers take on the Red Sox will get a free bobblehead of George Costanza. Babe Ruth, Gehrig, DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, Costanza. The club cheekily tweeted in announcing the promotion. It'll show Costanza, the annoying best friend of series creator Jerry Seinfeld, in a batting stance atop a Yankee pinstripe base. Around the base and lettering reads, assistant to the traveling secretary. Remember his fictitious job and the plot of the arc where he worked for the team. He was famously vexed by ball game giveaways in an episode where Jerry called in a bogus bomb threat because the fitted hats were snapbacks to a fan appreciation night. Thankless task of collecting hat sizes fell to George. Managed to curry favor with the late owner George Steinbrenner. They used to make fun of him. All the lampooned him like crazy as a big buffoon. His wanted acts of disrespect toward the organization, recurring gag. Let's see. He showed up meeting wearing one of Babe Ruth's original uniforms, eating strawberries all over it. He dragged the World Series trophy in the rear bumper of his car through the stadium parking lot, decrying your front office morons. Your trophies mean nothing. He introduced all cotton team uniforms with no polyester, so they shrunk and nobody could run in them. I mean, it was one thing after another. He gave Paul O'Neill, Bernie Williams, and Derek Jeter all batting tips. Anyway, so he's about George Costanza bobblehead night in July, which is pretty freaking funny, if you ask me. Let's see. Who wants the new James Bond? I think you may have mentioned it before, Pete Davis. There's actually now an official survey of whether the people who are James Bond fans, whether they want a certain actor over another actor. There's a list of favorites. Of course, where the others are Sean Connery, Roger Moore, Pierce Brosnan, Timothy Dalton, and of course Daniel Craig. And Daniel Craig is no longer doing the James Bond character, and so they need a new James Bond. And how do you pronounce her last name? The Fricola, what's it?
Broccoli.
Is it broccoli or broccoli or broccoli?
Broccoli.
Broccoli. Anyway, they're coming up with, they need a new theme now. They need a new theme for the new James Bond because
No, they don't.
It's going to be different. They need a new everything for James Bond. The girl herself said it. The producer of the Broccoli people.
Dumb.
Hint at a reimagining of the franchise, explaining the James Bond thing. It's a reinvention of Bond. We're working out where to go with him. We're talking that through. Every casting announcement are a long way off. We're reinventing who he is, and that takes time.
Disaster.
There's no script. We can't come up with one script until we decide how we're going to approach the next James Bond.
It's a woman.
It's at least 2 years away. Now,
It's a disaster. I predict a disaster.
Yeah. They have had a survey and a contest. And they studied 2,000 British people, and topping the list of the person they want for the new James Bond, a list that includes Tom Hardy, Henry Cavill, and Cillian Murphy, the new Golden Gone guy.
Cillian
Murphy.
Okay. No. He's butchered this completely. Tom Hardy's too short. The second guy, who's that? Henry Cavill was Superman. He can do it.
Yeah, he'd be great.
He can do it.
Yeah.
The third one is Cillian Murphy. He's too skinny. He can't. No one would believe him. He could beat anybody up.
Yeah. And
even though he doesn't
villain. Now, wait a minute.
In Peaky Blinders, he beats people up, but that's another thing.
Okay. Now, other names include James Norton, don't know who that is, Emily Blunt, Helen Mirren, Amelia Clark, who is the dragon lady from House of Dragon thing there, and the number one guy they want overwhelmingly is Idris Elba.
Okay.
And he says no.
10 or 15 years ago, he could have done it. He's a black actor. He's great.
Yeah,
he has the attitude for it. He looks like he could beat somebody up. He's 50-something years old now.
Yeah.
So how many could he do?
I know. Silly.
You know what? I know exactly who they should get. You know that movie, The Gentleman, that I like so much, and you have never finished everything?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, Netflix has a series based on it. The guy Ritchie is producing and directing some of the thing. And there's an actor on there by the name of Theo James. And he looks like a Bond. He's got the attitude of a Bond. He plays a former soldier. He can beat people up. I think he'd be perfect. He's only 40.
Yeah. And actually, I don't think it really matters if they're, whoever they don't have to pick a superstar. Why would they have to pick a superstar? If the story is good enough and the whole James Bond, scenario.
It sounds like a disaster in the making.
They're going to screw it up. Yeah. 5:13 already. Holy Crap of Sports is coming up. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and two funnies counted before 6 o'clock. You don't get this everywhere. The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? Here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Why do politicians, both parties, love Social Security? The Democrats, because they can always tell voters Republicans are going to take their Social Security away. And Republicans, so that they can say, no, we're not. We're going to save Social Security. There you go. Too bad the federal government won't let you invest the way you want to for your own retirement.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Well, Sally, thank you for your time. But unfortunately, we can't offer you the position.
But why?
Well, we got the results of your background check, and we saw some red flags.
Like what?
Apparently, you were accused of dog-napping a Chihuahua named Mr. Cha-Cha.
Mr. Cha-Cha was my soulmate.
At Horizon Background Screening, we find things that other companies don't. That's why companies that use us make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lows for Underdog Fantasy. The NBA season is still here, and there's no easier way to get in on all the action than with Underdog Fantasy and their Pick'em game. It's a fantasy game, but you can win real money. It's easy. Pick 2 to 5 players from at least 2 different teams. Select higher or lower on the player stats, and if your pick hits, you can win up to 100 times your money. It's legal in Georgia, and it's a ton of fun to play as you can watch the Atlanta Hawks. Stop playing against the pros night in and night out with their hundreds of different lineups. It's just you against the stat. It's that easy. Underdog Fantasy is even easier to get started. Go to their easy-to-use mobile app or to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up and use the promo code LOS, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, they'll give you a mystery special pick to use on your first Pick'em entry. That's Underdog Fantasy. Promo code LOS, L-O-S, to get your first deposit of 10 or more matched, plus your special pick. Must be 18 and present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Join A Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Madelon and host Tug Coward for the weekly radio show Back Your Blue. They will highlight special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. Tune in on Saturdays or catch up on all past episodes wherever you get your podcasts or at thepodcastpark.com.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 770-627-3235 or online at atlbail.com.
Join A Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Madelon and host Tug Coward for the weekly radio show Back Your Blue. They will highlight special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. Tune in on Saturdays or catch up on all past episodes wherever you get your podcasts or at thepodcastpark.com.
True Prep on Cobb Parkway is your one-stop shop for emergency preparedness supplies, including freeze-dried food, water filtration, first aid, and more. They also have a large selection of firearms, including a huge selection of AR-15s, firearm accessories, and ammo at the lowest prices around. They are locally owned and operated. You can visit their store in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's TRU-prep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
Look out. Our 5 o'clock hour is sponsored by Lee Brandt Jewelers. Luxury jewelry and watches are affordable. Drop by their store in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com. Timber Pete and Flounder at 5:19. And now, holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
The Braves fall to Tampa Bay this afternoon, 7-3. Max Fried started 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. With his ERA this spring over 4, it looks like Spencer Strider should be the opening day starter in Philadelphia. He has earned the right. By the way, opening day, 10 days away.
I don't believe it. I can't believe it. It just seems like we just had the World Series. I mean, I honestly, in my head, I can't believe it.
Goes fast. Austin Riley, Travis Darno had an RBI piece today. So did Velasquez. Unfortunately, Andrew was sent down. In fact, the Braves today reassigned catchers Drake Baldwin and Chadwick Tromp, infielders David Fletcher, Velasquez, and Luke Williams, and outfielder Eli White down to the minor league camp. They're now down to 28 players right now. At the moment, it looks like outfielder Forrest Wall has made the team, barring picking up another player from somebody else.
Yeah, good,
so good for him.
Yep, sir.
Injury notes over the weekend. Orlando Arcia day-to-day with a left-hand contusion. They did an X-ray. He was hit by a pitch yesterday, but seems to be okay. And righty Huáscar Inoa basically missed all of the 23 season after Tommy John surgery. Basically pitched the 7th inning Saturday against the Pirates, gave up no runs, struck out 1, and did not stop him from being sent down to Gwinnett, though, along with fellow starter Bryce Elder. So, with Elder going down, that means Reynaldo Lopez should be the 5th starter to start the season, allowing just 4 earned runs over 16-plus innings and 5 appearances. So, Reynaldo has looked very good. I watched him the other week. He looked very good.
In fact, they were saying that he's a former reliever, and a reliever can really, when he goes out there for one inning, he throws the hell out of it, and he was hitting 100 miles an hour. But as a starter, you can't be doing that every pitch, or you're not going to last. So he's at like 96, I think. But he stayed there. I think it was like 5-inning outing. He was still 95, 96 at the end of it, which is a great sign. So that's he's going to try to become a starter. Yeah. Yep,
he's stretched out, so he's going to be a starter to start. Fox Sports MLB tweeted their list of the top third basemen in all of baseball. Guess who's number 1?
Well, that would be Austin Riley.
No,
that would not be. Chipper Jones.
Cleveland's Jose Ramirez is number 1, but number 2 is the Mississippi Masher, ahead of players like Bregman, Devers, Machado, and Arenado. So Austin Riley is
good company there. Yeah.
Yep. And as always, Flounder, get ready. As always, Ozzie Albies is enjoying every day he plays baseball, but he also has a hobby. He's a huge fish tank in his home and has basically, he's the resident expert on the Braves for anything regarding ichthyology or the study of fish. For example, Ozzie can tell you exactly what denizen of the deep best describes some of his teammates and his manager as he told Bally Sports Braves what fish best fits. Let's start with Ronald Acuna Jr.
Orlando Arcia. I'll say Oscar fish. In the clubhouse, he has his mouth open trying to do something behind you. So the Oscar is a fish that always opens his mouth.
Austin Riley,
I got to go with I have a white giant gourami. As you guys know, Austin is really strong and the gourami is a strong fish. Olsen, I gotta say Beischer. Because I have a Beischer fish that's long and Matt Olsen is tall, so I gotta go with that.
All right, last one, Brian Sticker.
Well, I gotta say Albino Pacu. Why I say that? Because they like the captain of the aquarium and Brian Snyder is our manager, so I got to go with that.
And he looks like an albino sometimes.
He's a white guy, what can I tell you?
As soon as I say he starts with Acuna, he starts with Arcia.
Whatever.
He said Acuna is a catfish.
Catfish, oh my.
Because of the hairstyle. It looks like his whiskers out the top of his head.
If you ever see it, if you ever get to see it. Yeah.
The Irish American Baseball Hall of Fame, and that does exist, is inducting 5 new members, including former Pirates legendary manager Danny Murtaugh, Giants great Lefty O'Doul, and former Red Sox third baseman Wade Boggs. I did not know he was Irish.
I didn't know
he is. Yeah. The man who supposedly once drank 80-something beers on a plane trip or something. So we'll see.
Not good.
The Falcons have signed another free agent receiver. You can call him Ray, you can call him Jay, but he prefers to be called Ray, as in Ray McLeod. What a great name. Played special teams for the 49ers last season. The Falcons are McLeod's 5th team in 7 years. They also re-signed defensive lineman Kendavius Street, who is already halfway to having a boulevard named after him.
Hey.
Free agent defensive end Chase Young expected to sign a 1-year deal with the Saints, so we're going to have to put up with him a couple times, it looks like. And your Atlanta Hawks beat up on the Clippers in L.A., 110-93 last night. Jalen Johnson led with 18 points and 12 rebounds. And tonight the Hawks visit the Lakers. I do not advise the Hawks to go out for dinner in Los Angeles. It's too dangerous. Just order room service, then barricade the door. That's what I recommend.
Please.
And the 2020 Tokyo Summer Olympics were probably the most sexless they've ever been because the China virus scamdemic kept the athletes from mingling with each other.
Yes.
And by mingling, I mean trying to make baby Olympians. But do not fear, mon frere. The games in France this summer will be exactly the opposite, of course.
Yes, I would think. Yeah.
They're handing out over 300,000 condoms to the athletes.
Oh, boy.
There's only a few thousand athletes, but they're really expecting a lot of rabbit activity going on.
Now, how would you like to be the boyfriend of some girl athlete from the sprinting team, and you find out they're, each one of the girls on the team gets 400 condoms, for their, to have fun with while they're going. I mean, this is like, are they all having sex with everybody? Is that the thing? Is that they all just have sex with everybody because they're all there and they just have sex with everybody? I mean, honest to God, I wouldn't put up with that for...
They're young, they're horny, they're surrounded by the most good-looking and best-in-shape people in the world, just like them, who understand what they're going through. Of course they're going to have sex.
Well, I don't like it. I'm angry about it, and if I had a girlfriend who was an Olympic special thing, I would not allow it. I would stop the nonsense in the beginning.
We were young. It was spring. It was
spring.
Paris.
Oh, okay. I guess. A chick's got to be a chick. I'm sorry. What? Who am I to
like
say?
the guys aren't going around being whores.
Who am I to, well, they got to find somebody to do it with, and if the girl kept saying no, they wouldn't have a problem then, would they? If the girl doesn't say yes, then there wouldn't be an issue.
Would you be okay if she hooked up with another girl?
I don't have a problem with their own personal...
Peccadillos, or yours for that matter.
Personality disorder.
By the way, the Summer Olympics, tomorrow's the first day of spring. You know what comes after spring, Kimmer?
Summer.
And you know what happens during summer every 4 years?
Summer Olympics.
It's called the Olympics. That's right.
Well, I'm going to have to come up with a way to produce it properly because we aren't even in the same room. So if I can figure out a way to do it, I will be happy. In fact, we should play one of my old Olympic stories one day just for the hell of it.
We should.
And also, what was I just... Oh, damn it. Oh, by the way, you mentioned spring is tomorrow. Spring used to be March 21st. What the hell's March 19th got to do with it? Spring is March 21st. The vernal equinox, March 21st, not March 19th. And everybody's saying spring begins tomorrow. I'm sorry, March 21st is first is spring.
And of course, it's going to be 22 degrees in the morning up here.
Yeah, that figures. Although, on the other, this is also leap year, though. Maybe that's what the difference is. That would make one. Actually, the spring begins like overnight, March 20th into 21st. So I'll bet it's because of leap year that they're doing that. It changes everything. But it wouldn't.
That just explains.
It should go one day more. It should go one day farther up instead of one day back. So I don't understand it.
It's a mystery.
Yeah.
That's sport.
I got a couple of quick things here. And then, by the way, we have Flounders Funnies and a new sponsor. We're going to play. Shirley, what's our new sponsor? Our special hoagie place. The big fans of the Kimmer program,
Nucky's.
That's Nucky's Hoagies, located in Roswell Corner Shopping Center, owned by the Sub-Sisters who love laughing with the Kimmer
And
Show.
they will be coming up here very quickly. By the way, a couple quick sports things. Pete, birthday Bonnie Blair, Olympic gold medal speed skater, 60. 1990 baseball players lockout ended after 32 days. 1970, the NFL selected Wilson, the official football. 1945, Maurice Rocket Richard, the first pro hockey player to score 50 goals in one season. 5:20. Do we have time for a little funny here? That's a little something make you amused for yourself here, right here.
Best wedding I've ever been to was my cousin's wedding. It was a real redneck affair. It was right outside Louisville, Kentucky, where my parents are from. And my cousin's name is Tuesday, which is a good start. The invitation said, Tuesday's getting married, rehearsals Friday, wedding Saturday. People were like, we got to be there Monday for this wedding? How long is this wedding? It's a week? We get there, I'm wearing a button-down shirt, khaki pants, nothing crazy. I'm wildly overdressed. I look like I work there. Everybody else just has a football or basketball jersey on. My uncle, his daughters get married. He has his tuxedo jacket, pants, cummerbund, bow tie, no shirt. They forgot his shirt, and instead of waiting to go get it, he was like, let's do it without it, right? Like, that's... And he doesn't have a body that's like, that's cool, man. You know, he has a body that you're like put your jacket on backwards, flip it around. Yeah. And then you see his back, and you're like, whew, all right, go back the regular way. Yeah, that's my fault. How's your back worse than your front?
Is that Bergazzi?
That's Mr. Nate.
Nate Bargatze. 5:30, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and you're on Monday version of 106.3. It's a bloodbath, I tell you, a bloodbath. It's a massacre. It's a slaughter. It's a genocide.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
All righty, 5:31. How's it going? Coming up, William Shatner discloses his biggest regret. And later, will Fanny take a new lover? And will it be a white guy this time? All coming up on the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 5:31, how's it going? 404-741-1230. Okie dokie, lock them up, baby, lock them up. Yeah, lock up those stinking lying, perjuring prosecutors. Lock up the entire Biden freaking family. Took all those bribes with their special overseas. Anyway, Atlanta Safe House has got the way to do it. Atlanta Safe House, I love these guys. Jeff and Mark, you know, when they deliver a safe to your place, they only use off-duty police and firefighters and military folks to do it. To give them a little second part-time job to say thanks for what you do. That's the way they feel about this country. It's a non-woke company. They're never giving out your special safety codes and master reset codes and stuff. In fact, if you've had an issue with something like that, they will reset any master reset code you have. They'd be very happy to do that for you. Atlanta Safe House. They have a showroom in Ackworth, by the way. You can check out their safes. I have bought 2 gun safes from Atlanta Safe House. And again, they can bolt them from the inside right into your concrete floor of your garage or basement or whatever. And they have a beautiful selection of pistol safes. Go to their website, atlantasafehouse.com, and you'll see jewelry safes and business safes, high security safes, protecting your assets. All the top brands, always stuff on sale. I mean, honestly, you're going to save yourself some money and feel safe and secure, especially if you're a new gun owner. Or we were talking about medical records, and you're like a living will. Put it in your safe. Keep your Social Security card in there, too. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you. Don't be like me. I lost my medical records. Now I'm screwed. But don't lose yours. Put them in your safe from atlantasafehouse.com.
When you think of the great outdoors, do you ever think about your own backyard? Hi, this is Candace from Exovations, and have I got a tip for you. We turn backyards into great outdoor living areas. Imagine your home with a new, beautiful, and durable composite deck. Maybe with a relaxing screen porch, or maybe your family would enjoy a stone patio with a pergola to stargaze, or a covered open-air porch with a stunning tongue and groove ceiling. Add an outdoor fireplace, kitchen, or bar area for even more function and beauty. We can design and install your greatest outdoor adventure. And with Exovations, you'll get your project delivered on time, on budget, and without all that stress you usually hear about in construction. Let's make your outdoors great again. Schedule your free quote today at exovations.com. That's EXOVATIONS.com.
Is this the year you want to grow your business? Do you want to expand your team? Build a new office? Hey, it's Tug, and I want to tell you about First Liberty Building and Loan. Aren't you exhausted by going to lenders, building a relationship, and a week later, you're dealing with a new person? You won't have to with First Liberty Building and Loan. The Frost family has been helping businesses grow since the 90s, and they can help you too. They know the patterns, they know the ebbs and flows, and they know business. Now the Frost family wants to know you. FirstLibertyGA.com. Buying a building, building a building, buying a franchise, or expanding. Reach out and spend 10 minutes with them. See if you're a fit for them and if they're a fit for you. FirstLibertyGA.com. By the way, if you're a young banker and you want to work with a team that's faith-friendly with a culture of excellence, First Liberty might be a good match. Reach out to First Liberty Building and Loan at FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
Pack your bags and join the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets football team in Dublin, Ireland as toe meets leather to kick off the 2024 football season in Dublin. The Aer Lingus College Football Classic will feature your Yellow Jackets versus the Florida State Seminoles in a special Week 0 matchup on August 24th, 2024. Don't miss this unique opportunity to visit one of the world's most popular travel destinations while cheering on the Jackets on a global stage. For travel packages, tickets, and more information, go to gt2ireland.com. Sting 'em.
Introducing Sonder Health Plans, your trusted local partner for Medicare Advantage in Georgia. Only in Georgia. With Sonder, you'll get comprehensive coverage that's tailored to your needs. They offer $0 primary care visits, $0 premiums, and access to a wide network of Georgia healthcare providers. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com now to learn more about their value-based care that won't break the bank. Or call 888-428-4440. Sonder Health Plans, your doctors, your neighbors, your friends.
What the hell was that? What the hell was that?
I think that was the continuation of the last song we went out of.
Really? Oh, okay. That's pretty funny.
Which, in funny, was actually Traffic, the band.
Well, speaking of which, I'll be damned. 5:36. Check this out. 1967. Here we go. Yeah. So glad, baby. 1967. The UK music magazine New Musical Express announced that former Spencer Davis Group member Steve Winwood was planning to form a new group with Jim Capaldi, Chris Wood, and Dave Mason. We just disagree. The ensemble would choose the name Traffic. And then that was 1967. I'm amazed that he's been around that long. I don't know why. I guess I just never thought of it that way. I love Steve Winwood. Don't you know what? I mean, I've 2 or 3 songs. I'm really big fans of Steve Winwood. 5:37. Quick birthday note. Lily Collins is 35. She is Phil Collins' daughter, and she's Snow White in Mirror, Mirror, and the star of the Netflix show Emily in Paris. Lily Collins, 35.
Beautiful girl.
And on this day in history, one more sports thing, Pete. In 1985, baseball commissioner Peter Ueberroth reinstated Hall of Fame stars Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays. They had been banned from baseball for accepting PR jobs with casinos.
And now there are casinos and gambling in the ballpark.
Yeah, well, there you are. And don't we have a team in Vegas or going to Vegas or that's the next one?
A's are talking with Oakland again. So
they are?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about Oakland. Doesn't seem like well, if they can get the people to go to the ballpark, I don't think the reason's not the facilities. The reason's Oakland, isn't it?
No, the facilities are horrible. They're the worst in baseball. But Oakland's a dying city.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they would want to hang around there.
That part of California. Hell, San Francisco. Again, Oakland is basically a suburb of San Francisco. I mean, it just crossed the bridge. There are a couple of different bridges. But it's basically the littler sister of San Francisco. And if San Francisco and California is going down the tubes with all the homelessness and the violence and everything else, Oakland can't possibly be thriving enough to keep a big league baseball team, I wouldn't think.
Now, San Jose is, they probably could have one down there. That's why the 49ers built down in Santa Clara.
That's right.
Yeah.
Speaking, do we still have Gary? Gary called back. Gary was going to help us earlier. I was mentioning, I watched a few minutes of NASCAR over the weekend, and I couldn't believe I watched like 8 or 9 minutes in a row is all I saw. And the entire time, the announcer crew was talking about the horrible problem with the tires shredding on the track. And they showed all the little nubs of rubber and everything. And then they kept saying, boy, the problem with these right rear tires, the guys they're trying to get in the pack and everything. These right rear tires and right rear tire, and then sure enough, son of a gun. Oh, what's the name? You spun out because of the right rear tire. When they go, you have to pull over. You can't even drive anymore. I'm thinking, well, I've never heard of this right rear tire business, and nobody can drive on right rear tires on NASCAR all of a sudden. Hey, Gary, can you help me out here? Am I missing something, or what's the deal?
Please put an end to this.
Do we have Gary? Is the other question. I don't think we have Gary. We might have had Gary twice now. No, it's okay. It's my fault. I'm sure I talked too long and he said I'm tired of waiting.
3 times you tried to bring up this NASCAR story that nobody cares about.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. I just, things, trouble me and amuse me, and I tend to share them with the little people. So there you are.
Is this the kind of dinner conversation you'd have with the young lady who would ask you out?
This is why I'm not going. This is why I don't go out.
How about that NASCAR?
All I can hope for is that, some little hot babe from Puerto Rico's got a granddaddy fetish or something.
Hey, you know what? I went to a pizza place up here that has a band called Go for Broke, and they were like the Allman Brothers meets Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. They were a great band.
Cool.
And I sat down at the table. I got there kind of late, and sitting across the table, this young girl, she's about 35 or something, turns around and looks at me and gave me the biggest smile. And I got to tell you, I told her, I said, you have made my birthday night just smiling at me like that, because you are just gorgeous with a most beautiful smile I'd seen in months. It was unbelievable.
So you said you made my birthday. She said, "Oh, it's your birthday? Well, maybe if you
there
had
wasn't a large
present
conversation.
So because
because the music was playing, you really couldn't.
Yeah, I have a Porsche. Oh, you have a Porsche? Oh,
Porsche.
Well, maybe for your birthday, I can drive your Porsche, and then we can maybe go back to your place. Do you have a cake? I could blow out your candle if you had a birthday, or I could maybe get a birthday cake." Something like that. Is that how it went, Pete? Pretty much. And then what? You went back and held each other in your arms, or
did you go through this fantasy by yourself Saturday night?
Yeah, actually, I did. As a matter of fact,
I was out there living it.
In my head, I was kissing a pretty girl right there. And then I came to
my birthday late in your head.
In my head, it's the safest place I know, and there won't be any disappointment either. And nobody said, "Boy, I'm glad that's over."
What are we going to do tonight, Head? Oh, we'll do that. Let's play the Pete birthday get laid scenario.
Oh, I know.
Let's do that one.
How about Asian cheerleader night? Anyway, did Gary come back?
Yeah, we got Gary back.
Gary is back. Gary, I'm sorry I'm messing you up all day long, man. Anyway, I appreciate it. Help me out here. Am I out of my mind, or what's the deal on these stupid right rear tires?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You hear you great, man. You're on the radio.
All right, good. Basically, at Bristol, they typically put some sort of tire traction residue on the track to help with the traction. It's a short track. They're moving in at high speed, and then they're going into the curves pretty quick and braking heavy.
I got you.
Well, unfortunately, they used resin instead of the normal compound that they put on those tracks, and Goodyear also admitted that the tires were just not up to par.
Wow.
For that particular situation. But they were talking about, it looked like a cheese shredder.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was watching. I mean, my God, there's some little rubber knobs everywhere.
And basically when it ended up wearing down to the cord, the tire blew, and once the tire goes, that's the end. They're going to spin. So
yeah, okay.
So that's kind of the deal. It's Goodyear, works with NASCAR. Yeah. NASCAR, is responsible for the resin, and Goodyear kind of put the blame on them too, and said, "Hey, you use the wrong stuff." And anyway.
How could this? I don't know how. It's not a big deal, and it's stupid. I'm bringing it up, but it's amazing to me. How could this happen? How is it possible? You're going to have a race. Everybody knows. Everybody has all the same. I don't get it. How could they put the wrong thing down and have tires that aren't capable of doing what they're supposed to do? It's not like they do it every day. So you do 375,000 races. They're only one every once in a while. How could they possibly get it wrong? I'm just.
Well, they ended up basically their rationale behind it is that this resin does better in wet weather rather than the PJ1 that they normally put on there. But obviously it didn't rain up there, so so basically it just did not. It didn't help the tires that much.
For traction,
although I'm not so sure that with the quality of the tires that it would have mattered much. Basically, it's Bristol.
Yeah. Well, listen, Gary, thank you. I really appreciate it, and especially interrupting you today like 3 times to get on the radio with me, and I really do appreciate it. Thanks, man. You have a great day. 5:44 with the Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. And have you seen President Stupid Face's new anti-gravity boots? Have you seen these new shoes they've got him wearing? Holy Christ! So he doesn't fall down all the time. I mean, the man has to have special shoes to walk. Oh, God. All right, it's 5:45. Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. More funnies coming up and actual newsy stuff. And the weight of a Kodiak bear. Oh, God, I actually looked it up. With a Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. Here you go. Look out. Look out, it's a Kimber. We've got your afternoons covered, all right, and the Morning Extra's got your drive-in from 6 to 10 a.m., too.
If you believe in America, and I believe in America, and Rhino and Los and Board Up Goey Virgin River believes in America, we can salvage this. But you better be ready to roll up your sleeves, because it ain't going to be an easy task, just like World War II storming the beaches of Normandy weren't an easy task.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
The 2024 season is just around the corner, and the Braves' home schedule is jam-packed with great matchups and even better promotions. The Braves open at home against the defending NLCS champion Arizona Diamondbacks April 5th through the 7th, followed by the New York Mets April 8th through the 11th. The Braves will honor all of their 2023 award winners in a special pregame ceremony on April 6th, and on April 8th, the Braves will then honor the 50th anniversary of Hank Aaron's record-breaking 715th home run with a special Hank Aaron bobblehead giveaway together with Truist.
There's a new home run champion of all time, and it's Henry Aaron.
And the second half of April continues with another great giveaway featuring Ronald Acuna Jr.'s 2023 Stolen Bases record bobblehead giveaway presented by Xfinity on April 24th. And 2 Blooper Kids giveaways on April 21st and the 28th. Visit Braves.com/promos to get your tickets and check out all of the fun planned this April. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey Atlanta, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. Pro landscapers all over the South have long known about Howard Brothers. They sell the brands the pros want. Brands like Exmark Turf Equipment. If you're a commercial landscaper in Atlanta and North Georgia and you're not using an Exmark or Exmark equipment, you have to visit Howard Brothers and see what you're missing. But if you're a homeowner who has a big yard and is ready to go where the pros get their equipment, you need to go to Howard Brothers too and check out Exmark. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and Howard Brothers.
Neil Borch here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, CPAPs.com.
Hey there, it's Janelle King, host of the Janelle King Show right here on Extra 106.3 FM, where we are unafraid and unapologetic. We explore the topics that matter the most. You can catch us on Saturdays at 4 p.m. and encore episode on Sundays at 9 a.m. And catch up on past episodes by going to the podcast park right here at Extra 106.3 or wherever you get your podcasts every single Tuesday. Until then, stay unafraid, stay unapologetic, and never stop seeking the truth.
Do you know that most people describe remodeling as stressful? Does that sound like your experience? Hi, this is Candace from Exovations, and have I got a tip for you. With Exovations as your partner, you'll get a completely different remodeling experience. How? Well, besides covering the very basics like showing up on time, cleaning up your property each day, not smashing your flowers or bushes, and not pressuring you to buy today because this huge deal expires tonight. We also cover the big things like a written project schedule so you know when workers are coming and when they're not. A fixed price quote so you're guaranteed that what you pay is exactly what you committed to up front. and a design of what your home will look like so you're not left guessing if you're even going to like the finished product. Discover what stress-free remodeling looks like and schedule your free quote today at exovations.com. That's EXOVATIONS.com.
Is the tax deadline causing you anxiety? Searching for elusive 1099s and trying to uncover any exemptions? If so, you're not alone. Every year, Georgians find themselves looking backwards to file with the IRS, reporting tax history. But what if you were to flip the script? Not just report your taxes, but actually planning for them. We're Master Plan Retirement Consultants. We're local, with offices in Marietta. We work with folks just like you to create a personalized, tax-efficient strategy designed to last a lifetime, a crucial piece to the holistic retirement plan. Do you have a retirement roadmap? You should. It's never too late. Visit masterplanretire.com. Don't wait any longer. Visit masterplanretire.com.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Hey sandwich lovers, today's your lucky day. There's a whole new way to roll for lunch or dinner delight with Nucky's Hoagies in the Roswell Corners Shopping Center. Now open. Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell is family owned and operated by the Sub-Sisters, Stacy and Shannon, whose love language is food and Nucky's Hoagies, their passion. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagie, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, along with hunger-quenching sandwich combinations. Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner.
5:51. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? 106.3 with the Stones. Look out now. I was on this day, 1965. Well, you gotta go. The Rolling Stones were fined $8.50 each for taking a leak in a public place after an incident at the petrol station, a gig at the ABC Theatre in Romford, Essex, England. This was after... How come they have two names? How come towns have two names? It should be Romford, England, but it's Romford and then Essex, England.
Essex is like the county, the shire.
Well, we don't say Atlanta, Fulton, Georgia. What's the matter with those people? Idiots. Anyway, this was the last show of their fifth package tour.
Hey, it's their language. They invented it. They can do what they want with it.
They better do it our way, damn it. They were with the Hollies, the Conrads, the all-girl group Goldie, and the Gingerbreads, and Dave Barry and the Cruisers. The Stones taking a leak in public, $8.50 fine, 1965. And let's see, this day in history. The New York Times reported 1994. Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage took a $1,000 investment in 1970 and in a very short order turned it into $100,000 from a $1,000. And this was back when they were being investigated for the insider trading and the whole real estate scandal. Remember all that stuff? Yeah. And the company's Rose law firm report suddenly showed up in a side table somewhere in the White House or something. Anyway, Rose law firm stuff. Anyway. Yeah, I know. And let's see. Also, this day in 1997, thousands of people lined the streets of Brooklyn for the funeral procession of the notorious B.I.G. There were a lot of fights, a little gangbanging going on. Police busted out the pepper spray. The crowd went nuts. They arrested a whole bunch of people. Unity in the community. And it didn't quite work that way. Yeah. And let's see, a little musical note. 2002, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Isaac Hayes, the Ramones, Talking Heads, and Brenda Lee inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2002. That's fine. All right, 5:53, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And let's see. Oh, the liberals are going nuts talking about Donald Trump use of the word bloodbath when he was talking about the auto industry. And Trump this morning said the fake news media, Democrat partners in the destruction of our nation pretended to be shocked by my use of the word bloodbath, even though they fully understand I was simply referring to the imports allowed by crooked Joe Biden, which are killing the automobile industry. The United Auto Workers, but not their leadership, fully understand what I mean. With the electric car mandate being pushed by Biden, there soon won't be any cars made in the USA unless I'm elected president, all caps now, in which case auto manufacturing will thrive like never before. MAGA 2024. I love it when he goes all caps. You know, it's unbelievable. Can we do the morning Joe comment? Let's do the morning Joe comment. This is what a nutbag this guy is, and you know he's not this stupid that he really thinks Donald Trump, if he doesn't win the presidency, is going to start slaughtering people by the hundreds of thousands. Here's morning Joe.
He's talking about a bloodbath for America. It's laid out in the terms of it, and these idiots on Twitter, these idiots on cable news, these idiots on Sunday shows going, well, presidents, you know, he was talking only about the auto industry, and this is one more. It's just bullshit. Let me say that at 6:15 a.m. It's just bullshit. He knew what he was doing. We're not stupid. Yes, Americans aren't stupid. He was talking about a bloodbath. Sometimes a bloodbath means a bloodbath. And when he finishes by saying, and that's just going to be the least of it, seriously, these people may be stupid. We're not.
You know, you can kiss my ass. In fact, I challenge you to a fight, mano on mano. What is he, 30 years younger than I am? I'm serious. He just called me out. He said that I'm in favor of a bloodbath of murdering Americans if Donald Trump isn't president. And he said that about you, too.
Challenging people to fight.
I'm serious.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can.
You're like D'Artagnan when he goes into Paris and he has a duel with all three musketeers in one day.
Well, there you are. Well, that's right. We've named the 4 musketeers. I'm almost positive.
That's a secret.
No, I mean, I hate that. I mean, who the hell is he to tell me, to challenge me that I am in favor of a bloodthirsty revenge to murder American citizens? Seriously. I didn't see him over there. I didn't see him listening to Paris Island with me that time there anyway, you know. And I didn't see him in uniform doing anything for his freaking country. Big mouth, tough guy. Big freaking tough guy, big mouth. I bet he stands out in front of the Army-Navy store. Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, I could have done that gear. Oh, yeah, helmet. I like those helmets. I'd probably give me a couple of them backpacks here, them haversacks. Yeah, I'd probably give me a couple of them. Yeah, I could do that. You know, honestly, these freaking pansy coward fakes. And he knows that he's lying. He's doing it for the reason that it makes a thing. He knows very well that nobody, including Donald Trump, is going to start slaughtering people if he doesn't win the presidency. So they're doing it for the reason that they're doing it, because they just hate us. They hate us. And frankly, I'm offended by it, and I hate them.
I hate
what they stand for, what they've done to our country. I mean, since when do we have 9-year-old boys talking about changing their gender? I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg of what's going on here. Good Lord. I mean, it's freaking appalling. Lord. I don't even know where to go. I'm so upset.
What do you feel about NASCAR and their back tires? What do you think? What's your stance on that?
No, we don't even start me on that. Oh, by the way, the guys right before us were talking about bear attacks, and they were saying there are different kinds of bears and different kinds of bear attacks. A grizzly bear. Hold on, I got my facts here somewhere. A brown bear and a grizzly bear are basically the same kind of species of brown bear. They weigh about 600 pounds. A Kodiak brown bear is a brown bear that lives only in the Kodiak region of Alaska, and they weigh 1,500 pounds.
Hence the name.
And Kodiak bears are enormous. And the brown bear and I wrestled a brown bear who had a muzzle on, but I wrestled him many years ago in the late 70s, as I recall. And he never got me down, but he threw me around a little bit. It's like wrestling a car. Anyway, Flounder, how about a little something there to, as we say goodbye to our day, shall we? A little something, maybe?
One time a guy rear-ended us, went through our back window, landed on our kitchen table, kept going through the front windshield. Homewrecker. They got him for reckless driving. And breaking and entering. And leaving the scene of accident. You know, they say that a person's car reflects their personality. I don't have a car. No, I have a car. it doesn't work. My tires are going bald on my car. I can't afford new ones. I'm going to try combing them over. See if that works. I'm from Michigan originally. Is anybody from Michigan? Oh, let's talk about him then. I'm from right here in Michigan, Rochester, Michigan. You can use your hand for a map in Michigan. You can't do that anywhere else, except for Italy. Do Italy. But that's the only other one you can do during the clean show.
And who's that, Flounder?
That's the guy you liked last week, Geechee Guy. I'll have to get some more funny stuff from him.
All right, God bless America. It's over to the Kimmer. Gotta go. You're killing me. With Pete Davis and Flounder tomorrow. It'll be Tuesday. Herb.
This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Locally owned and heard throughout Georgia on the Extra app.